natural place to transition into the game.
I
So I
mean,
did. Um, Good evening, everybody. Um,
Good evening.
Welcome to episode 12 of Endless Elegy. Um, Auto mod held a message. Have a good
uh,
stream. Yeah, deny that. 100 viewers for only 5 cents? Go ahead and deny that. Yeah, wow, cool. I immediately switch over, and then the bot spams immediately.
it
I
happens.
honestly am kind of impressed with the hustle. Like it's respect. It's like the bots are programmed to know that I AFK for like 20 minutes at the beginning of every stream. Respect. Um okay, only 14 minutes this time, everybody. I'm getting better. And I'm only an hour and a half late this time as opposed to 2 full hours late. So progress, right? Progress. What I was saying was, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Endless Elegy, episode 12, I believe it is. I am the magical Mr. Mephisto here with the illustrious, inimitable cast of the greatest vampire game not nearly enough people are watching. And we're going to have well, it's like that scene from Boondocks with Willem Dafoe gets like all sweaty to a symphony. There was a firefight. There's about to be a firefight this evening. But before we get into the player recap, we are going to have somebody, whomsoever pleases, read our content warning.
The dingle dongle. I can do it.
Right on. Yeah, you've got your new mic set up. I've got my new old mic set up because our puppy
Aha.
chewed through my XLR headset, my very nice one, and so now I'm on my old rig.
Puppy's got a puppy.
Mm. I'm not even upset about the puppy doing the thing. It's just like, oh, that's unfortunate. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to be upset about material things in the face of a living creature.
Speaking of living creatures, let's move away from those. The following show takes place in the world of darkness and explores narratives of personal horror. This story is a work of fiction and is not official World of Darkness material. Yet. Many of the themes are portrayed from a place of empathy, but may be uncomfortable to some listeners. Episodes may contain coarse language, sexual content, mental and emotional abuse, violence, mental illness, and blood. Viewer discretion is advised. Portions of the materials are the copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com. Thank you for watching Endless Elegy. We're back. We hope you've enjoyed the story thus far and invite you to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitch or your favorite player. By doing this, you'll help support the show and get updates when our next episode goes live. If you'd like to be part of our community, you can follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. All links in the show notes. Let's go bust some mirrors.
Hey, and I had Incantabot working at the beginning of the stream for once. Look at that. Um, Yeah, I'm in the process of a little bit of a facelift around these parts too. So if you're noticing some new graphics and whatnot, just refreshing the stuff, wasting my time whilst offline. So player recap. I usually try to avoid the player recap, doing the recap myself because I sometimes forget what I told the players and what I didn't. Not that I have like giant big reveals or anything, but this one I think I can handle. I think I can keep it pretty. We've had about a month off for one reason or another, mostly impromptu missed streams, due largely to myself for like rolling different reasons. Technology being one of them. Pay attention to my Twitter for me yelling angry at the clouds on that. Um, but yeah, so basically we kind of left in the in the middle of a major cliffhanger. Ashley found herself trapped in a reliquary of sorts. She got she got oublietted by her sister. um Although they changed the name of oubliette, it's not called oubliette anymore. I didn't even realize they ported it into 5 into V5. Um, so I'm glad that I unintentionally remade rules they had already remade. So yeah, she ended up oublieted, which is like an old La Sombra trick. So she's essentially trapped in, well, the on the other side of the mirror right now, trying to find her way out. This is where I will take a player insert of a description, because I do recall her beginning to open a door into the
The
kitchen
kitchen.
where she had formerly seen her sire's remains, but something else happened. What happened when you opened the door in the mirror verse?
Oh, just in a basement getting tortured.
Getting, yeah, I mean, I allowed
No
you
big
to
deal.
fill in the blanks on
No
that
big
last time.
deal.
So
Just a torture chamber.
yeah, so that was, pretty sweet. Oh shit, it's North Shore GM. How's it going, Chad? How's it going, my friend? Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate you. Can't wait to duck it up Thursday. Over on Rainbows and Razor Blades. Give them a follow. Is and our production. No, that command's gone. All right. Needs to be props. So yeah, we we had that kind of going on in the Mirrorverse, whilst outside, the coterie sort of rallied to our unlikely hero, new coterie edition. Uh, Damon sort of went to meet up with the only real point of contact he had in Chicago, in his sort of status excommunicado, which was William, unbeknownst to him. What has happened to William? Uh,
He's in
got
rough
served
shape.
got served for dessert, which is pretty dope. He
He's
he got
fine.
he got Titus Andronicus. It's all right. Um, and the rest of the coterie, being Sasha and Rory,
Had to
uh,
put pants on.
post coitus, showing
You're
up
lucky
to.
Roy remembered pants.
You're lucky.
The internet absolutely ruined Transmetropolitan for me. But like, I can't help but like Spider Jerusalem as the once wannabe journalist I was, who obsessed over Spider Jerusalem and Kurt Vonnegut, and just wanted to. But like, I distinctly recall some very it would have been very awesome to see Rory go like full Spider Jerusalem, like no pants, like try to fight. Like that would actually been pretty dope. Like,
We can still make it happen at some
we
point.
can, yeah, we can. Just have like a venom blood from a rival blood sorcerer go awry, and you know whatever. And yeah, so basically the coterie sort of rallied to Williams, one of his mansions, the one he purchased to specifically have this date with Ashley. And as they were all trying to sort of devise a way for to retrieve Ashley from this mirror, uh, some familiar sounds occurred. The buzzing of flies, a familiar haze and fog from the Overlook Tavern began to envelop the mansion, and a gargoyle that I think the coterie had wished they really hadn't seen again sort of stepped into the doorway right before the place was engulfed. Did I leave anything out? It has been a month, 20 days, more specifically, since our last stream.
A possible ghoul situation.
What was the possible ghoul situation?
Oh, just feeding a human vampire.
I mean, that was awesome.
Oh,
I mean, I need to hide my enthusiasm. Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Oh, horrible.
Oh no,
So
what?
bad.
Um. Oh yeah, Rory has to do some super complicated
Yeah,
Oh,
so
um
ritual, yeah.
ritual.
So yeah, Rory's gonna perform some magic and shit. Y'all are gonna fisticuffs, and Ashley is going to.
I'm gonna shot put a table.
Ashley's just gonna fucking cry like, Will Ferrell in the shower, just.
Are you?
Oh boy.
You should try
Is it-
shot putting a gargoyle.
I will
So,
after I
like-
throw the table, and then I'm gonna shot put a toy door at the gargoyle. It'll be great.
So like,
Excuse
You-
me?
Pass
okay.
well shuffle, buddy.
yeah, so like he shot puts you whilst you shotgun. So is it a shot
She
put?
stands on the table.
A
I
shot
throw the
put-
table,
No.
Ooh, surfing USA.
Oh my god!
No,
That's...
and then
it'll
after the
be like
table
the
collides with the
super
gargoyle,
spear.
she shoots him in the face while he's under the table.
Oh yeah,
It'd be
super
awesome.
spear. He is a gargoyle though. That thing is like solid.
I see more butts also under the table.
Get. Okay.
We'll find out.
Fucking hell.
I love it. I love that the
Alright.
hijinks have immediately returned, like without
I
skipping.
do not like that plan, but okay. Well, fuck.
It'll make your shot easier because you'll be like point blank.
The
But
shotgun will
also,
already be inside him.
You'll be spiraling through the.
And then while he's distracted looking at you, I can obfuscate and stick him with the claws.
Appreciate
It'll be
the look
great.
there, Distal.
Okay. You know what? I'll be the
Hi, Distal.
I'll be the distraction.
I need
I'll
to
be the
open up.
distraction.
I mean, I think the table flying through the air will be the distraction.
I don't.
Well, just fucking keep the thing off of me. If you want
that's
Ashley
my
back.
D20 book. That explains some stuff.
Same. Keep it away from the mirror.
I'll
Por
do my
favor. S'il vous plaît.
I'm just opening up
I
a
don't-
couple books here. If y'all want to, the technical term in radio broadcast is vamp. If y'all want to vamp for some time here.
Can we just discuss how I'm going to murder Andrea eventually?
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna it's gonna happen.
You get one twin, I'll get the other, and it'll be a
Yeah.
fucking party.
Yeah.
I love how much I've made you incidentally, and by you in this, I mean Rory, just incidentally hate Anthony. I kind of love it.
I don't even think it's incidentally. It is purposefully. I think
He said words first. Anthony's just gonna be like,
I mean, to be fair, Rory and I should have been
I'm
fighting
just-
day one.
fun.
He's kind of a mouthy little
Oh
shit.
no!
This is a tabletop RPG, not an MMO RPG. My NPCs
Yeah,
don't just
it's
stand
fucking-
around waiting for prompts to like pre-gen. No, they interact with y'all.
this is TikTok NPCs. Ah.
Damon and Rory still have some settling
Come
up to
with
do
me.
later too.
I get.
Hey,
like,
you know.
Nick- I mean, claw measuring.
Fucking form a line behind Anthony.
I
We'll
get.
get there.
I get kidnapped for an evening.
That shit goes
Not
crazy.
even enough time for me to rescue myself, and y'all get into
I'm gonna
trouble.
beat the gargoyle to death
Like,
with your boyfriend.
No, I'm busy.
I mean, are they boyfriends and girlfriends? Like, did they?
No, they're just fucking.
we
I mean,
didn't
you
Yeah.
gotta react. You saw the reaction.
They're
There's
just
something.
fucking. They're just fucking.
Yeah, like you don't. You never committed. I don't think they committed to.
Nope, they didn't commit yet.
Nope. We're not
Committed
quite
to
going
lots
steady
of
just
sex.
yet.
God
What?
damn it. We are not going to discuss.
I have to buy
The
a Letterman
technicalities
jacket
of
so I
a
can then give it to her, and then we'll be good.
Then you'll be official.
Yeah.
Facebook official.
God! Fuck. Some Dawson's Creek bullshit right here. Not what I signed up for. Oh my god. Shelly.
Shelly is
I'm that
Casey.
age, okay?
I wanna
Not
wait.
Me
particularly-
too.
For
Me too, though.
eyes to get colder.
Not lives to get colder. Oh my god.
My fries to get colder.
Um,
Come on.
Oh my god.
I mean, you know.
What is that? Dawson's Creek? Is that the one they play for
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen Dawson's Creek. I just
I
know
saw a
James.
few.
I only like.
I've seen the
Pacey-
entire thing.
Pacey.
I've
Pacey.
also seen the
Pacey.
entire thing.
Pacey from the Mighty Ducks, right?
Yeah.
And then
Dawson from
and the Dawson from Dawson's Creek, James Van
Yeah.
Peek.
Yeah.
But really, my largest familiarity with him is from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like,
Yeah.
Valid.
That's the most James Vanderbeek I've ever seen on screen is in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That's
James Vanderbeek.
and
Congrats.
I still
Okay.
refer to him as the Dawson because of Jay and Silent Bob Strike
Ooh.
Back.
The zooms.
I don't have no idea what the camera's doing. I turned it
Ooh.
on because I wanted
The
to
zoom.
keep the.
Ooh.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
No, it's fine. I don't. That's it. I'm gonna flash him chest for the views.
Where are you? God damn it! So the problem with coming up with like custom rules for a thing
Mhm.
is you gotta like remember where you put your custom rules for a thing.
This is why you get
no
highly
penis.
It'll take you
organized
longer to
and
find him than
label
it is for us to kill him.
everything.
It's oh no, it's labeled. It's just on my desktop, which has a lot of stuff on it right now.
Again, that's why you get organized.
You said, oh yeah, highly organized.
Did you
and
say
labeled.
organized and Andrew in the same
It's-
sentence?
It's
Yeah.
organized
Yeah,
chaos.
no,
Okay, look, you can't take the
I
good
mean,
of Mephisto without the
He
bad.
has organs, I guess. Does that count?
You don't know that. Don't go spreading that slander. What the fuck is it?
in 20 minutes, I'm getting the booze.
Uh-oh.
I want
Hurry
the
up,
booze.
hurry up, Andrew.
I want the booze.
The hinges there are coming off.
I turned down
In
booze
20 minutes. In 20
recently.
minutes.
I have regrets.
Actually, though, the best case scenario is actually for the hinges to come off because my character, it's not looking good numbers wise. I looked at my character sheet for like a solid 20 minutes going, nothing good is going to come from this.
Mm.
With
My
that
dice are
attitude.
being dicks. No. Like, my dice were being nice to me that one session, and now they're like, we let you rescue yourself, now you're fucked. I'm like, I mean, technically,
I am going to wing a system that I wrote based on what I remember of it. This will totally go well and feel satisfying narratively speaking, which is really why you invent systems that there aren't rules for. Is you're trying to give a satisfying
I'll allow it.
conflict. You'll
Yeah.
allow it, right?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
oh
As long
boy.
as we're all satisfied at the end of it.
Mm,
Heyo.
you are already, so I mean, I don't really have to put any work in on that. I'm so ashamed of myself on that one. I'll go read the content warning again for everybody.
Canceled.
Canceled. That's twice I've been canceled today.
Get canceled.
Double
canceled.
canceled.
Oh no, a white, mostly straight male has been canceled. Whatever will happen? I think I'll survive.
Nothing. Nothing will happen.
Correct. See, that wasn't me making fun of, like being. That was me making fun of people who complain about being canceled. They're not.
Some people deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What is the best case scenario? How can I make this work for me?
How can
Roll
you?
good.
Great question. Just roll tens.
Be better.
Yeah, just roll tens.
Do better.
Be
Get
better, do
good.
better.
Every
Read.
unerring aim, every shot is a rouse check. Oh god.
Yeah, so you can do it and be awesome, but like the penalty
will be
is
hungry.
getting hungry. Yeah, which is I think it's a great balance in V5.
Be hungry.
Listen, when I
Make it
hit
roll.
5 hunger, when I inevitably hit 5 hunger, the
You're gonna
hinges
bite
are
your
coming
right now.
off. I'm at 3.
Can you drink Capri Suns? Like, can you drink blood bags?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you're at
No.
with your humanity and stuff. Because I think it
At
would be assumed
8,
that
Potency
at
wise, you
8 I
can.
can.
potency wise,
Yeah,
so
but
you and
no.
Rory would have been rehydrating throughout the act, so you can
Yeah,
both
but
be at at 2.
No, but I rolled a couple of rouse checks and failed them outside before this whole thing.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought okay. So we did address.
I believe I am at 2 anyway.
No, like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
addressed the thing.
Yeah.
No, I did 3 rouse checks. I was at
There
0
was a-
hunger.
She tried to help Rory outside on the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Oh, because he had a.
Yeah, that
Actually, that's a good thing to
Yeah.
add back into the recap. What
Had a
happened to
boo-boo,
Rory
yeah.
outside?
He had a
with
moment.
Rory
Yeah.
had a moment.
Well, fortunately, Rory is wearing his helmet, but you know, trying to
It's
figure
important
out
when you're
why
prone
the
to
fuck,
moments.
what the fuck was happening.
What the
Because
fuck is up with that?
I got an alarming phone call from the new guy, so it was like, all right, well, Ashley's in danger. Something, what? So while zooming over here on Sasha's Harley Ninja
Making my way
motorcycle,
downtown on Sasha's
one of
Harley,
Oh
those
god.
looking around.
whatever kind of fucking overpriced 2-wheeled monstrosity she's got going on.
That's an interesting statement without context, based on earlier statements.
Okay.
We're getting Scott in
I've,
rare form
Guys.
tonight too. This is great.
I forced a premonition and it didn't go well.
You
and then
did.
Yeah.
He saw God.
I fell down and I hit my head
A little boo-boo.
and had some fever dreams and deep concerns.
Do you recall what those dreams entailed?
Sir? Did I write it down? Probably not. Nope. I know it was bad. No, there was
Okay.
that was bad. Yeah, that's about what I got anymore.
Okay.
Fuck. It was
Okay.
there's math in there. I made a connection.
So,
Something
as
bad.
a GM who is thoroughly kind and nice, anyone who is above 3 hunger may go down to 3 hunger, and you may restore up to half of your willpower expenditure, rounded down. Not because I foresee this being a really big bad fight or anything like that, but because I foresee it being a really big bad fight.
So because I've spent 2, I get 1 back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I see this being a little bit more relevant for Ashley.
I mean,
I
it
have
might be
2 hunger.
relevant.
I'm good, homie.
It might be
Willpower
relevant
though
for
is
me.
the other.
Oh, I can go down on my willpower?
Yeah, you can regain half rounded down.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I was 2. Now I'm
Minimum
1.
of 1, however. So,
Yeah.
I guess you can regain at least 1 willpower,
Mhm.
but half rounded down.
Not gonna help my 3 hunger, but I do get some willpower.
I did
back,
3
so-
because yours was the highest number I heard, and you earned that 3 last session. So
I did. Those rouse checks messed me up. I made a choice. I made several choices that night. Not all of them were good.
One of them was good multiple times.
And with that, we're going to our intermission. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsor,
I don't know what's
Trojan.
going on. Oh, they don't use condoms. Get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't mean our audience shouldn't. We were trying to have a
That's
teaching
true.
moment there.
Grab your junk.
Can we get to the violence? So
Yes.
We can get to
Sorry.
other
Thank you
acts
for
of violence.
Thank you for vamping. I am trying to look up now, and I gave y'all this gangrel's name. I'm trying to look up this other gangrel's name.
Gargoyle?
To be not Damon.
Who the fuck?
There was another gangrel that was sort of an insider for the
Oh.
Why don't you just ask Scott? Scott
the
probably
Robert
knows.
love connection you had going on.
Oh.
Oh.
Cole.
So was it Cole? Yeah.
Okay.
That note
Is it
I
murder
have.
time?
There was an
Murder
urban
time.
gangrel known as Cole.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Murder time.
What a
Murder
loser.
time. Murder time. Murder time.
All right.
David's just like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck Urban Gangrel. All right, and then next up, so I just need to know, what is your willpower like? Not like having been used. Your maximum willpower, Rory.
Doodly doodly doo. 6.
Ashley.
4.
Okay. I'll pretend that it matters for other people too. Damon.
5.
It's just for us. It's just for me and Rory.
Sasha.
Me and Michael.
5.
What
Okay.
the
Hey,
fuck?
not bad. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I think that might be my next save, boosting my resolve.
And then Rory, what's your hunger at?
Eldos.
2. Ashley.
2.
Damon.
1.
Minimum. Sasha. 3. Oh, I know
still
that.
have
Why would I
your-
even ask? I know what your hunger's at. The next thing I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to do regarding the graphic and visuals updates we got going on here is I'm going to get a hunger tracker. I'm going to find a way to, even if I have to manually input it, I'm going to get a hunger tracker on people's characters frame, because I think that'd be cool. And I know exactly where those like little blood dots or roses or whatever would go. So, all right. Which brings me to initiative. Let me get the boring mechanical stuff out the way, and then we'll set the scene. And we are using initiative because we are opposing not just some supernatural foes that might be on par with the coterie or even
But
more powerful than,
ourselves.
but yourselves. Correct.
Okay, wait. So what are we rolling?
I
How
believe it's
do? Yeah.
composure.
Exposure resolve?
Composure
Am I
resolve, I
remembering?
believe.
Am I remembering that correctly?
I hope
Come on,
so.
Scott. Quick draw. What's the when you use the optional? Because they are optional rules.
Without blood dye, correct?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you have blood dye or not.
Composure
Oh.
resolve.
Yeah, we'll quick and dirty it. We'll go with composure resolve for now.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I don't know if I really
Composure
want to go-
awareness.
Composure
composure
awareness.
awareness.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Ew, I don't like
5.
that.
That's fine.
That's the base mechanic. It can
Yeah.
be tweaked, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
Damon's got 5 on a net.
Yeah. What is my composure awareness?
This isn't good for me. Oh well.
There we go.
6. All right.
Did I hear Rory with 6?
Ashley's also with 6.
Ty's going to go to Ashley because you've been the active player in the scene.
I think my dex is higher anyways.
My dex is 3.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my
I don't
dex
know
is
what
3
these.
too.
I don't know what these other what these tiebreakers might be related to. Perhaps other inferior systems.
Well, whatever.
Can we just
Sasha, what'd you get?
who has celerity? I rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do celerity as our tiebreaker.
Celerity
Yeah.
is the tiebreaker, not dexterity.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
I have.
We don't.
two
I
That's
don't think we need
33.
to roll. It's just initiative
3.
rating. Yeah.
Damon is
We
3,
roll. Okay.
and
Well, that's
Sasha
our
is
tiebreaker.
1.
Sasha, what'd you get for initiative? To just period.
1.
Oh, you rolled. Okay, you did get 1. Sasha.
I did roll 1. It was
If we're rolling,
garbage.
I got 3 successes.
Yeah, we're rolling. We just used the celerity as a tiebreaker was like one of the rules.
Yeah, so I got 5 successes, but I have 3 celerity.
Yeah, so if someone else got 5 and they had no celerity points, then we would have Damon would win that, or if they had 2 or 1, respectively. That was just
It's
kind of
really
our
Of
little
course.
fun little house rule. I didn't want to use my moon dice this time, but I don't want to look for my other dice, so moon dice it is.
Moon dice it is.
All right, and I'm just gonna roll for the baddies in in one lump, and I'll take the lower of their initiative scores. Or lower of their attributes. Oh, okay. You'll be really surprised to know that the baddies beat Sasha.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Sasha, would you like to willpower and re-roll up to 3 of your dice?
I mean, you should. Fuck it.
You'd have to get all 4 successes or like a crit in there. You'd have to
No,
get
it's
all
not
3
worth it
successes.
to me.
Make
Okay.
out of
I
4.
mean, Damon's going first, so you're okay.
All right. So now
I'm going last. You may not be okay.
It's fine.
I'm not crying.
all right. So
Fine.
now that
I
I've got
should
the
have
boring
gotten
shit,
the booze.
I'm the super serious vampire over here.
would you like to get the booze real quick before we get going? Because I've got a coffee I could pour.
No, go.
Okay.
It's probably for the best. I'm not boozed up for this. I have to do math.
Depends on your perspective. No. We've been live for like fucking 40 minutes now, so we should probably
Can we go?
play the game. All right.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What's that? Can we go? What were you gonna ask?
Can we go?
Can we go? Guys,
Can we
they're
go?
like violence? Can we go?
You know, I
Are
don't
we
like
there
that
yet?
attitude. Now I'm
Violence?
just gonna like, make small talk.
Violence.
No, of course we're gonna
Violence.
make violence.
Rescue.
All right.
Violence.
So, as I kind of explained last time, we have sort of a 3-headed snake going on right here. Ashley's got her own thing going on in the Mirrorverse. She has to confront this nightmare, sort of her own making, that she stumbled into. She walked into the kitchen and found a torture chamber instead. Whilst Rory, and this is the juicy part we left out, needs to complete a ritual in real time without being essentially interrupted, lest he sort of go back to ground zero and need to effectively start it over again. He's got to sort of have this like unbroken concentration period where he's chanting and doing blood sorcery, and essentially what he's doing is well, and he's literally concentrating his blood and pulling it apart, and he's shaping it and warping it in parts that are like equal parts like Sorcerer Supreme and like fucking origami, except evil and with blood, to sort of penetrate this mirror and create a door for Ashley into somebody else's magic ritual of unknown potency. But he's already had some experience this evening with penetration, so I will.
I was gonna make that same joke myself.
God damn it. I hate y'all.
That leaves Damon and Sasha to fight a fucking gargoyle, who, and for those of you playing the home game, gargoyles were
The bad motherfuckers.
well, they're bad motherfuckers, but if they were essentially made by Tremere in ways, and the ones that are free from the Tremere grip despise them. So this gargoyle that Sasha and Damon are about to fight may just try and beeline it for Rory, who needs to complete this ritual. So we have this 3-headed snake.
A small problem.
It's a small problem when you're trying to cast a ritual that you can't break the concentration on. Which brings us to the top of the line with Ashley. Well, no, I'll set the scene outside and then we'll do Ashley. Since the scene outside, and we'll zoom in. So we find ourselves in the inside of this sort of turn of the century mansion. Not this century, the previous century. That was built by a lumber baron. The inside is it has had its accoutrements sort of updated, and of note, the front walkway is this great big full glass arch. That has since been covered in this almost like TV static, just wobbling, dancing ants of, well, flies and other sort of urban bugs that have just blotted the glass. And as that's begun to happen, these sort of wooden double doors have closed behind this, Shaq in his physical prime-esque gargoyle in a trench coat. And if you're picturing the Gangrel from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, uh, that's fine too. But imagine a sort of pallid, gray-skinned, uh, peak of human, like on the not quite outside of what is possible or plausible, like just on the cusp of what the biggest, strongest human could be, right? Like 7 foot something, pure muscle, and a little extra like girth to his sort of build than what should be possible, right? Sort of like if a power lifter were capable of also having some toned muscle, which usually powerlifting is total mass, and at that size, muscle doesn't hold these pretty little shapes. Like that's pretty muscle, not functional muscle. And yet this figure has both. Has a little bit of a hulking form in that he's sort of like got a bit of a hunchback to him, and his arms are almost gorilla-esque in that they're sort of like longer than they should be, a little bit sort of stretched and stuff like that, and not overt, not masquerade breaking. This is all pushed up to the limits of what, like, if you see Shaq, you're gonna do double take, IRL, and be like, wow, but it doesn't break your psyche yet, and he's just a touch on the other side where you go, damn, wait, what? And you do a double take, and then you kind of like have to reason it back together. That's what this man is in terms of his physicality. He does wear a great brimmed hat, like a well, for lack of better parlance, like an undertaker or a mortician. That hides his more monstrous features, which are these almost like sort of goat-like yellow eyes and this thick, bony, ridged brow that looks to be actual, like, like looks to have like calcified or maybe over time or something like that. The ridge of his brow is set, and sort of like Hellboy-esque in this jutting jaw and uh, and menace about him. Hell, he even has the I think Michael, the player, will be able to appreciate this. The only noticeable hair on this person's entire body is some properly manicured mutton chops. um, like he underneath the trench coat, he's not wearing like a t-shirt or anything like that. It's just this like as if chiseled from stone physique, right? That has like beyond like a six pack into like makes no sense Michelangelo statue. Again, power lifter girth with some chiseled muscle. Now, uh, gargoyles aren't actually necessarily made from stone. Is something that I don't think they've released official rules on gargoyles yet, but traditionally they haven't been. Like, they're not literally made of stone. They're essentially people, or were once people or kindred, that were experimented upon and twisted with horrible Tremere magics. Hell, in some versions they're a bloodline. Um, so, um, so yeah, this gargoyle is there. He doesn't carry any visible weapons. He's got his mitts. He walks forward in this shroud of insects and plague. As the room dims to a unnatural dark, the candles from Rory's ritual become the only reliable source of light in here, as he sort of like, well, I'll allow Rory to describe himself at the center of this circle, this magic circle with protection seals and runes and stuff like that. He's crafted with all the candles, pulled from the dining room he could find, maybe some of his own that he keeps on his person. Uh, keeps some candles in his wallet, type thing. And then they've got this mirror that was pulled down from the banister that he's actually smeared his own blood in, a sigil of power that is unique essentially to his blood sorcery, because blood sorcerers tend to have like, it's not just about like the known language of magic that manipulates things and so on and so forth. With blood magic, there's a very personal element, as you could imagine. So he's had to essentially insert his own personal seal onto this glass, and that's sort of the focal point of his attention. What are y'all doing as we sort of start broad from the camera over the back of this gargoyle and we zoom in on the room? So the first two individuals we're going to see potentially are Sasha and Damon. Sasha, what are you doing as you see this gentleman? Now, we're not quite, it's that like blink of an eye, speed of thought sort of, you know, you knew something was up, you turned around as the lights were dimming. Where is Sasha? What's her posture? You know, has she dove for cover? Has she already pulled out a shotgun? Where is Sasha in this gathering storm? This
Yeah, I think she would have had time to pull out her shotgun. I don't think she would have moved too far away from the ritual in case, you know, something came up on it. She's more just concerned about like keeping an eye out, having her heightened senses up to make sure that nothing gets past her. You know, like she's trying to make sure that nothing gets past her, so she's getting ready to defend the ritual, I guess. I don't know how much time.
Yeah, so
passes
shotgun
that,
out,
but-
kind of like you sort of are in the process of motioning between Rory and the gargoyle. Is it, right?
Yeah, well, then she would probably at some point turn around and notice that, like, oh, this is happening now.
Yeah, you're like, it's that moment where you're just kind of like, you know, your head's turning and you've almost begun to act before you even process fully what's going on. But we you know, we're straddling the line between an omniscient view and personal. So
Sure.
always in movie logic, always in Matrix timing, right?
Sure.
Fucking horrible cottonmouth. Damon.
So as the darkness starts coming in, he's gonna initiate the seeing in the dark with the blackout eyes, and continuing to walk towards the table because he's gonna pick up the table.
All right, so this darkness has enveloped Damon's eyes. All right. Zoom in on Rory's ritual. Rory, how do, and this is your ritual, and you know, so I'll allow you to take creative, you know, narrative control of like what it looks like, or you know, if you're standing, if you're full lotus, are you drawing seals with your sword, you know, gesturing through the air? What is Rory doing as he begins the ritual?
The mirror, because we pulled it off the wall, didn't we?
Correct.
Yeah. So the mirror is like on. Let's say the mirror is like on the floor. We're gonna presume hardwood because old mansion, with the ritual drawings all around it and everything. Rory is standing in front of the mirror, sleeves rolled up, and he's wearing the first thing he grabbed on the way out of the apartment, which just happened to be a very, very old at this point sweatshirt.
Okay.
Motherfucker, not the sweatshirt.
Yep.
Is
And
there anything significant on the sweatshirt, like anything in the design?
I think it's just
Yeah.
a sentimental shirt. I don't remember there being any. I don't
Yeah.
there being a design or anything. It's probably just like an old gray hoodie or
Okay.
something.
It was blue.
Blue? Okay, yeah, it's blue.
I love
But
the inside
yeah,
joke going
sleeves
on
rolled
here.
up tight, and there are ribbons of blood coming out of his forearms, and like between the fingers.
Oof. All right. Yeah.
And
All right.
he's just wheeling that around and getting ready and preparing. Keep that fucking thing off of me if you ever want to see Ashley again.
All right. And now, as he says that, that sort of like camera does this like sort of whooshing over the shoulder and like goes through the mirror and then sort of comes back at us, and we see Ashley in this. I used the description in a text offline with the coterie, so I'm going to plagiarize myself, like a Saw-esque basement, right? Like, but I'll let you take the creative liberties with because this is sort of like weaponizing one of your own memories, so you can go ahead
Nightmares.
and yes.
Yeah, so like the area itself is very, it's, I wouldn't say it's like as dirty as some of the Saw locations, but it does have some of the implements that uh if we go back to the basement of the restaurant, it has a lot of like, there's a like a dentist chair that kind of like leans fully back. There's there's like small like movable tables with like implements on it. There's like a hanging light. There's like a couple of hanging lights dotted all over the place. And uh the dentist chair isn't just like a regular dentist chair. It has straps on it at the arms and legs. So, and also at the head. So like it's your forehead, arms are bound, legs are bound.
Okay.
And it is weirdly, it's kind of sterile. It's kind of, William always kept it clean despite him not going down there unless there's an absolute reason to. So, yeah, it's just like kind of sterile, kind of everything feels new, but everything feels used at the same time. Like there's the aura of icky.
Okay.
Icky.
Where does Ashley find herself in this? I'm sorry.
I think whenever we were last in the scene, Ashley was like backing herself into a corner while William was confronting her, and Ashley was like, "This isn't real.
Okay.
This isn't real.
And this
Don't
is
worry about
where
it."
in William's hand he holds a sentimental stiletto blade, not a shoe, everybody.
Yeah.
And he hands it to you, clean, glistening. It stands in stark contrast to the almost like monochrome sort of coloration, or monochrome in that it's sort of very simple color palette, but everything's hued green. It's got this like green hue to it that just it's just unsettling. It's very simple, but everything's just bathed in this like sort of green light coming from nowhere. Um, and it's an unnatural, not neon, not sickly, just green. And he hands you the stiletto, and it stands in sort of stark contrast to this like sort of filter over everything. It is super real. you know it is beyond reality. It is luminous. It has its own light source. Hell, it is the light source, right? And he goes, go on, Ashley. And he's got his British accent. I'm gonna try here, everyone. I'm gonna try for you. Go on, Ashley. Take it.
You're not real, William. Get out of my fucking head. You're dead. I don't have to deal with you anymore. You are no longer of this world. This is all a mind fuck because of Andrea, that stupid cunt. No, you're not real. 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 Leave me alone. You're
Or
not
maybe,
real.
Or maybe you're the one who's not real, my darling. And he sort of steps slightly aside, and you see yourself in the torture chair as well. And
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
you
It's not
have
real.
sort of priority slash you have the highest initiative. And now we're not strictly in combat initiative. This is just to kind of keep the scene moving between characters here. So what do you do?
I think the main thing is like she's just kind of wanting to like still her mind to kind of like get it, like sort of using unswayable mind and like in the sense of like just trying to make sure that all her faculties are intact, that she's not, falling into this um false world that's basically being built for her as she stays in there longer and longer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you roll strict willpower to sort of steel
Okay.
yourself, and if you have any disciplines you think may be relevant in stealing
Yeah.
yourself,
I
you can
think
add.
unswayable mind could probably work with this,
Yeah,
if I'm correct. I think it's mostly against psychic, damn it. Like psychic.
strict
Dominating
things.
damage.
proficiency.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll add your rating. That's in fortitude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fortitude. So it's just one dot in fortitude, and then you said all. So
And then,
it's unused willpower, correct?
no, you'll have your willpower maximum. So in your case, you said
Okay.
it was
4.
4, so you can roll 5 dice.
Okay. No blood dice, correct?
Yes, blood dice in this case.
Oh, okay. Boop. Take those two. Put those two. Okay. No. Do I want to add more dice? Can I add more dice?
Yeah, if you want to get hungrier, risk
Yeah,
getting hungrier in weirdo
I'll
dimension.
risk. I'll risk.
I've already got
I'll
my
risk it.
eraser side down on your blood total, by the way. Your
Thanks.
hunger.
Thank you. Thank you.
Projecting right now. Manifesting my will.
Fuck you.
I did it. Cool. All right, I'll write a 3 now. Nice.
So
I can only do that once per session, though, so when I try to fuck with Rory's, it won't work.
And I add 2, correct?
Yes.
Two
Yes.
dice,
Yeah, you add 2 dice, so you're at 7 total now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. 2.
2 is enough to maintain your grasp on reality.
Okay.
It doesn't make the scene any less alarming or blunt any of the emotions you may be feeling. But it's like, for those of you who may have night terrors like me, you're aware it's a night terror at the very least. But the visceral reaction of it is still intact. But you're aware, and that's very important.
Okay.
So you steal yourself. Any sort of quick other thing you want to do? Move away from him. Look for a stair.
Yeah, I think
Run over towards the you that is trapped. Like anything else, like
I
take the stiletto.
the problem is I would want to go over to the bound version of me. Like Ashley would want to do that, but she's also like, this is not real. Even if I save her, it doesn't mean that I am saved myself. So she's just like, no, I'm going to. She knows that room by heart, so she knows exactly where the staircase is that goes to the main floor of the house that they once had and together, and she's just gonna go there and try to make her way out and towards back towards where the mirror gate is.
Okay. All right. So you turn to essentially, and rather than find the kitchen doors, it's stairs that would lead logically out of this place. And this is plucked from your memory, so things are where they should be, right? There is that haze over everything. There's that sort of wobbliness to stuff. But largely the big, and by wobbliness I mean when you look in a corner, sometimes a book that's on a shelf isn't on the shelf, and it's just certain things sort of shunt and jut around and wink in and out of existence sort of between your blinks and head movements. But the big stuff, where the chair is, the doorways, that stuff remains intact, right? Its age, maybe wobbles a little bit, 50 or so years one direction or another, but okay. Which brings us
To Rory.
to Rory. Now, mechanically speaking, all of these rolls will be essentially some form of a blood sorcery roll or willpower roll. What you're going to need to do is I have a target number of successes I need you to make in 3 turns. If you make it, you succeed at the ritual. If not, we go into a sort of a overtime. We do not want to be in overtime.
Sudden death.
Sudden death.
Yeah.
It's not a pass fail, but if things start to go really bad and what you need to do gets more extreme, we'll just put it that way. All right. So I have an amount of successes you need to make in that time. Now you can actually every turn you will have to spend a willpower to do this. Period. You're checking a box. Every turn you're spending willpower to do it. Okay. You may still use a willpower to reroll if you need to, but you can see the inherent problem of that if you run out of willpower. Yes. Yeah. Okay. If you run out of willpower, you can go into ag. Then we also have things get weird. Like if you go into aggravated willpower early, things get weird. Okay. And from there, you are going to essentially, your dice pool for this is going to be your intelligence plus the rating of a blood sorcery spell, So on the first turn, it's going to be intelligence plus, say, your force bolt, or intelligence plus a ritual difficulty, or so on and so forth. So if it's a rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, etc. Okay. You cannot use the same ritual more than once. Using that ritual exhausts it from being used in combat. You have exerted your force of will with that incantation and that, sort of counter magics for the evening.
Okay.
You are breaking somebody else's very powerful ritual right now. It takes a powerful exertion of magic, and you can think of it, if you're using like your Igneo ritual as the source for this, it's like you are sort of well, in sort of pagan stuff, they believe like counter rituals are essentially doing the same ritual backwards. You're essentially breaking down one of your own rituals, and you need to build it back the following night if you use one of your rituals in such a manner. If you use one of your disciplines, you're essentially exhausting the resonance within your blood that you use for that discipline rank. And by discipline, I mean that rank of your blood sorcery discipline. So you're if you have 3 ranks in blood sorcery, theoretically you have 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, and 2 if you want 2. So you have 1, 2, and 3 to use. If you have rituals, it'll take you a little bit longer to get them back. If you use a discipline, that ability is turned off for the evening. If you use a ritual, it's turned off for a full evening. Like, you won't have it next night. We might have a time skip after this, though, so that might not have any consequence whatsoever. The point is showing that it's impactful doing this.
Okay. 100%.
Hey, Pixelated Bunny, thank you so much for hanging out, and appreciate the lurk.
All right. Well, before anything, we're going to rouse.
Not me, stress eating lunch.
I do get hungrier. I'm at 3 now. Okay. So
How much willpower you got?
There. 6.
You had your full 6?
Like, you have your full 6?
Oh, I mean, I had 1 spent, but yeah. So I'm starting this at 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the route was toward me.
Just here, you're like, beginning of the round, 1 willpower gone as you focus into your ritual and you begin to exert yourself.
Yeah.
In mage, you would be using a mote of what the hell was it called? Used to keep motes of like not primessence or whatever.
Quintessence.
Quintessence. It would essentially be like spending a quintessence a turn. Yes, I consulted my mage rules to come up with blood sorcery, counter magic, and shit.
Okay. First, I'm going to exhaust Scorpion's Touch, my level 3 power.
Okay.
3. Do I get the thaumaturgy specialization die?
No. No, your expertise in thaumaturgy does not translate to oblivion. Like,
fair enough.
Okay.
Would I also have a blood magic specialization in occult? Would that help at all?
It would help you in understanding it, but not like you're literally
not the actual doing.
Yeah, you're trying to counter one, like you're trying to counter apples with oranges here, and so you're just throwing a shit ton of oranges type thing. Okay. Like it's not like you understand their stuff, but like again, in terms of your raw ability to cast magic, you are like over channeling the fuck out of your own spell capabilities to counter something that,
shit.
And so number of successes is what I'm looking for here. We have a target number you need to hit in 3 turns. I see these like evil grins from Scott, so I think he's approving of my liberties I've taken with crazy magic shit. Hasn't everyone always wanted to have that like if you've watched Big Trouble in Little China where like they fight with their magic back and forth, and then you just see the beam go back and forth and they have the little that's what I see happening right now.
I can afford to do it once. To spend a willpower for a reroll.
Okay. If I didn't say so already, Dos Esos, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. 10 years of support. Thank you so much, my friend.
10 months.
It's 10 years. It's a time warp on my streams. Don't you understand? It's a very difficult mathematical equation to figure out how I convert what the layout says to what I say. I just take the number of months and say years instead. It's a joke.
Okay. Okay, that is 4 successes. Also bestial failure, if it matters.
We'll register that you had a bestial failure over the course of this because we don't know if you've failed or not yet, right?
Completely.
So we'll just
Okay.
I'm just gonna write down a BF here by my tracker.
Yeah.
And I've got sudden death written on like the 3/4 of the way across my sheet, by the way.
The one time
and I put
can
BF underneath sudden death for best friend sudden death.
All right. But I think so. It's 4 successes. So it's a start.
Ooh. In my totally made up system, a bestial failure might mean if you don't have the right amount of successes when we approach sudden death, it is in fact sudden death. We don't go into overtime. The beast takes over, and then we have some crazier shit happens.
Oh, good, great. That's
fun.
No,
right. I don't like that.
But I think as this first stage, the blood tendrils extend and like onto the mirror as the Scorpion's Touch activates and his blood becomes acidic, basically, sort of. And the glass of the mirror ripples and becomes untethered from our reality, beginning to open the gate.
I would like to
And
love. Oh, go on.
yeah, I also want to untether a piece of myself and sort of astrally project through, because we saw Ashley, we saw her dart away. I don't know if she can hear me. I have to find her.
I don't think we're to the so you're making contact right here. The astral
Okay.
projecting will
Well,
in the next round.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
So that is the intent then. Yeah.
yes, and you're in
Yeah.
the process of it because we're actually, we have to stop down to do mechanics and stuff, and in real time we'd see this,
Okay.
unfurling. But I would love to yes and to this. Your blood as it sort of sizzles, with this exsanguinated venom or whatever. You also almost see like the scripts of of a magical language that this the Tremere might have once upon a time, or actually in terms of the uh, or quietus, right? Or like, so probably you see some like glyphs from like a some from like a almost like a cuneiform looking type, just sort of ancient language, sort of begin to sort of like unravel within your blood a little bit, and you can see it sort of just almost like when you see those cross sections of red blood cells and white blood cells, you see this almost these glyphs of magic sort of surging into the mirror, and you see where you connect, and the mirror becomes dislodged, and so on and so forth, per your description. The reflection are these shadow tendrils that writhe to their own will. And you can, as you stare and concentrate on this mirror, or maybe beyond this mirror, right, with your magics, it registers within your view that they reach beyond the facade of any image projected back. Like, you can maybe catch glimpses of what Ashley's seeing there, but you can see these tendrils reaching beyond even that, these shadow ones. Whatever wall or persons are in there, you can see them going beyond, and just sort of like when you double develop a photograph, you sort of see this like overlay of what Ashley might be seeing. You just see these tendrils sort of reaching back and beyond into something else. Damon, Rory has begun the ritual, and this gargoyle has come into view. And I heard you were going to try to shot put a table. So why don't you take us through what Damon is doing right now?
So, because Damon's already got his claws out, he's going to go ahead and rouse the blood to gain a little extra juice, and he's going to latch onto this table, and I'm going to shot put it.
Do you like grab it
Straight
with
down
your
the hall.
claws and just like
straight down the room?
Awesome.
Just full yeet.
All right.
Much heat.
Since you're shot putting a table, I'll allow obviously strength. I'd allow brawl for like sort of an improvised weapon type thing. I'd also, yeah, I think it's just strength brawl. I was gonna say strength athletics because shot putting, but it's a table, it's not a shot put.
There's a shit ton of extra dice for potence, right? Like, Damon's rolling like 12 for this.
So for feats of strength, I'm adding additional 6 successes to whatever I roll.
Oh, it's automatically successes. It's not just dice.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
You're gonna
yeah.
use the shit out of this.
You could just skip the table and yeet the gargoyle.
Yeah, but then he'd have to like do the opposed grapple portion before he gets the successful yeeting of the gargoyle. So
I mean, I feel like Damon could pull it off. I'm just saying.
Seems likely.
I believe in you.
So I don't gain a hunger. And one fun part about this is we got a total of 18 with a messy crit.
Scott said, "Hey, I'm gonna do a power build. Is that okay, Andrew?" And Andrew's like, "Yeah, nothing bad will happen. It's okay."
This is even cooler than me kicking the door off of an
That's so
armored
true.
car.
Oh my god!
oh,
Imagine
This is
you got
even better.
18.
no, so like I overtuned this gargoyle because I anticipated some bullshit.
You weren't
I'm
ready.
getting punished for this bullshit too.
But this is
so
a lot
I'm
of bullshit, and I'm
so much bullshit.
so very pleased. How many successes did you say? 18 or something like that?
18 with a messy crit.
All right. I want you to be
I
thinking
need
about...
to roll like that on this ridiculous ritual. God damn it.
All right. Now, allow me to roll my strength brawl real quick.
You gonna try to catch it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna send it back?
You think my gargoyle don't have potence?
Oh, he totally has potence.
No, I think this is more of a like he goes to like smash it type situation than catch it. If it were like in the lower double digits, catching it would be pretty stylish, and he'd totally go for that. But
18's not low for you. I mean, it's pretty
18's 18's an amount. Like those 18's getting into Dante like numbers when he's aligning all the stars on purpose. You know, that's...
And just think, it could have been better.
True.
Legend.
Slacking over here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rookie numbers.
Numbers good.
Scott really said rookie numbers.
And then I'm going to go ahead and have him rouse. Pardon me.
Yeah. I got the gargoyle roused.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. My brain went to some dirty places with that.
That's the point, homie.
We're slinging wood over here.
Slinging wood at the gargoyle. Woo!
Also, like, stress eating my lunch. It's fine.
All right. I don't feel like I should willpower.
It's up to you, homie.
Did you willpower?
No.
Okay, then he will not. He will not willpower. Okay, so I got a mere 12 successes.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
That's okay.
the judgment in Scott's eyes, like, whatever, man. Just
so
12.
you've got a +6 differential. Do you add additional damage to that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So the damage would be 6. And this is a big table, so I'm going to say the table actually adds 2 more. You know, it's like having a weapon of like +1, +2. You know, tables aren't designed for being weapons, so this is just from the sheer...
For girth.
Yeah, well, this is like a single piece. Like this would, from the age of the table, it's like a single carved wooden piece, right? Like, because, you know, old school, right? But yes, from girth. So the word of the night, everybody, as if this were Elmo's world, is girth. The next time you hear it, subscribe to our channel. You know, we should win prizes for it. I don't know. I had nothing. Okay. So I'll go ahead and check off 1 health tracker from him. I'm sorry, this should be suspenseful, right? This table smashes and he just kind of disappears behind it, not successfully doing the like punching out the air thing. You have succeeded on your messy critical. Why don't you describe to me how your beast interjects into this scene? You're only at 1 hunger, so your beast voice isn't super powerful, but it still does sort of surge within you, or it does present itself as you heft this table through the air. How does that look in Damon's case?
I was gonna think that it would be more of like a brute strength, not a very stylish. It'd be very Hulk-esque, where he just like grabs it, lifts it up, and then just heaves it at him, and then kind of like it postures up like, "What do you got? What are you doing?"
Yeah. So this 7'6" monstrosity, or 7'3" monstrosity, just like gets smashed sort of into the like doorway, and he disappears for a moment, and then like just kind of like flings it to the side, not far or as effortlessly as you. He didn't specialize in throwing things through his potence and protean
I don't
powers.
know. My superpower is super strength.
Yeah, he didn't go that route, but he hefts it off to the side, and so it's not quite as stylish as you, but it does get some air and some hang time, and you see it's like his nose is sort of like bent and a little bit of like sort of dried blood coming down. And he just like kind of his attention and his gaze had been fixed on Rory the entire time walking in here, and then this table just takes him off the track. If he is a pain train coming through, it has had to switch tracks, and whoever might be this person's handler or, you know, giving him orders, or maybe he's his own made man, gargoyle, whatever.
He's a strong, independent gargoyle.
That got his attention. And
so
he just,
you'd
like,
say any issues he has with Rory have been tabled for the moment?
I hate it here.
Oh my god.
We
God
know.
damn
We
it,
know.
Michael.
Pun XP. Yeah, we know.
Extra one.
So he just sort of like he's sort of beelining, and just this table sort of eclipses him, and just like, and we have that moment with the weight and the heft and the velocity this table got, supernaturally so. Like a structure would break apart with the strength he picked it up with, but it just somehow sticks together and slams into this guy, and he sort of careens, and he's moved feet, like sliding, and we think for a moment like that Damon has solved the problem, no gargoyle to fight, and he just like throws it off, and like he does a double take at Rory for a second, and then he looks over at you. These hulking gorilla arms come forward. He cracks the knuckles. You hear extra joints crack beyond what should, and he frowns in approval toward you as he sort of adjusts his gait. The baddies then go.
This is how we always flirt.
Rory, roll a luck check.
Oh no. Oh, I do that again. Oh, it's just a die. That's right.
Just a D10.
Yeah. Rolling a die. Actually, we want numbers on these, don't we?
Oh, right.
Here we go.
I gotta record. You want to know what this guy's name is?
Steve.
He has a name?
Yeah, it's Boulder. But it's spelled like it's Boulder, but it's spelled like Boulder with an A though. So I just mentioned his gate. Boulder's gate has.
Oh. 1.
All right, Rory. The table was impressive. I'll let you roll 2d10 and keep the one of your choosing, because that's how impressive. That it was so awesome. And I had to use an ability to reduce the damage. I'm not.
Well, I guess I'll take the 3.
All right, he doesn't
1.
full-on sprint at you, basically. He continues his walk like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, and just like, and he's coming toward you, which means that essentially, oh God.
What happened to Damon getting his attention?
You know what? You're right. I'm not going to leave it up to dice on this. That was so awesome. Damon earned this. He's going to use one of the coolest, least used powers in the world and soaring leap into the air and try to come down with just this double axe handle on Damon. Damon, you earned this.
The Flying Kirk.
I'm not gonna try to dodge. I'm gonna use my brawl, and we're gonna fisticuffs.
We're gonna brawl it. Yeah. So whoever wins takes damage, basically.
Yeah, it is.
I believe in you, homie.
Remind me. Treat every episode like it's somebody's first. Remind me of Damon's own girth, please.
Damon is a whopping 6'6", solid 280 pounds. He basically looks like he walked off a football field.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a large man with much girth as well.
Good.
Much girth.
I mean, this guy's 7'3", so like, the first time in Damon's life, he's just like, this must be how other people feel in my
much girth
presence.
there as well.
Look, height isn't everything. I'm told.
Unless you're, as
I've
long
never
as
been
you're
told
tall.
that I'm adequate. It's
Short people, it's always everything because they can't reach the top shelf.
Yeah, but airplane rides and buses suck for you. So like nothing is built with like your height in
I
mind.
love airplanes. Great.
Well, I mean, don't you fit in the glove compartment?
Like in the overhead compartment. Just that's how Anne like.
Overhead compartment.
I mean, I would love to be able to fit into planes and not be like tasting my knees.
The legroom's nice for me.
The dangle.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say
you?
it.
How dare you? Michael can get away with it though, because we're buds. But also, how dare you?
See, that's why I was just thinking it. I'd let Michael say it.
Well.
Wavelength.
That's
Okay.
Get out of here. I feel targeted.
We're all losing it. What happens next?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
We're all stressed and freaking out when talking about planes. Is there a punch? Who gets punched?
That's
Who's
a good
the
question.
puncher? Who is the punchy?
Did Damon get it? Let's go.
All right, Damon. How many successes you rocking?
11 with a messy critical.
Jesus fuck.
This time the damage will be unhalved superficial because it's with my nails.
Yeah, no, that's sweet. Yeah, so a table unfortunately does have superficial to.
Yeah, that's why I didn't expect a ton of damage.
Okay. Hey, 1 was impressive. Or he did 8. No, it would have been. Sorry.
I understand.
The amount
Damon
of damage he took
can cause brain breaking.
No, he
His brain is broken.
And then okay. Wasn't sure if to divide first or order of operations on the abilities, not actual math. Sorry, had to read. It's fine. So he beats you by a mere 1, which will be 5 damages.
Does that get halved?
Sure does.
It does.
Because he's doing this sweet.
The sweet Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah, he went for style. Oh shit. Sorry. Speaking of the, it's 7. Forgot to add the velocity. The crashing damage, basically. But still halved and then rounded down. So, look, there's 2 of you and 1 of him. I just expect you to beat him. And 1 of you is about to cast shotgun. So speaking of casting shotgun, Sasha.
Hi.
Dude lands and craters the hardwood floor. Not necessarily because the soaring leap ability, but because he is a very big and heavy gargoyle. No wings, by the way.
Okay. I am. Okay, so how. If I'm hanging back to where the ritual is, how far away is this gargoyle? Because I'm gonna need to move to get into shotgun range, right? Because the
No,
shotgun
you're
isn't, like, super...
within shotgun range. You'd have to move to get into melee range. You're basically sort of like, you've got like sort of a. This is a very big room. It's like a ballroom sort of setup, right? And if we've got Rory at the sort of center of the the circle here, and you're just sort of like off-centered slightly, feet a few feet, a couple yards. You've got sort of the diagonal down from that, sort of about half the, sort of like half the rate, sort of, I guess it wouldn't be radius because radius is this way. But sort of, I don't know, a single move. Like he's not very far. It's it's a quick jaunt to catch up to him, but it's certainly within shotgun range. The problem is the place is big, but you are all supernatural monsters who can get around pretty decently quickly in a run. There's not a whole lot of obstacles.
I have like 4 dots of celerity. I could get there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Okay. Is there a penalty if I were to specifically attempt to shoot this gargoyle in the face?
So that would be a called shot. Yes, there is a penalty.
What is the penalty?
It basically removes 2 successes. Let me double check. Called shots.
Unerring aim to the face.
Look, if you can't see the ritual.
Like where your head's at. He may not like where his head's at.
Ew, why'd you have to make it weird?
Wrong type of head, dude.
I mean, if you shoot them good enough, they'll merge.
No, don't make it weird, Michael.
Now it's weird.
It's definitely weird. Michael made it weird.
Hang on. Called shots. Yeah, -2 is usually what it is.
-2 to the dice pool or -2 to damage?
It's successes on the. It's -2 successes on the back end. So you roll your dice pool.
Great. So then, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to activate unerring aim and do a rouse check and get hungrier. Fantastic. Hate that for me. So unerring aim says that. Wait, that is not what I'm looking for. What does it say?
Makes it difficulty
Unerring
1.
aim.
Makes your shot difficulty 1.
It's a difficulty 1. Oh boy, this is gonna get super fucky right now.
I believe in you.
Oh no. I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll some dice because that was. No wait. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. I'm gonna.
You need at least 4.
That's 4 successes.
Okay. So it's unerring aim. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's difficulty 1.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna take away 2 of the successes, meaning you have 2 successes, and then you add the weapons damage on top.
Which is 3.
So what? 5?
Yep. To the face.
5 to the face specifically.
All right.
This is great. 4 hunger, worth it.
So
Shot in the face.
He has used his. It's not called soak, but it's per round he can absorb an amount of damage, and he did that already, I believe. Or is it every attack? I need to double check.
Fortitude is every attack.
It's every attack, so he gets his fortitude rating every attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You take it off before having damage.
Yeah. So he takes 1 as well.
Just gotta make him angry so he doesn't give a shit about the ritual.
He takes 1 damage as well from you. Okay, this is progress. That's 2 damage. But most importantly, because of the called strike, you stun him. Like you shoot him in the fucking head, and he's just kind of rattled and stuff. So.
There's still time for the unhinged. There's still time for the unhinged action. I just wanted to start off with
My whole plan is unhinged. What
the
are you talking
expected.
about?
No, I think
This
I
whole
think that's-
situation is unhinged.
I like it.
Like, I just did a smart thing. I
I
really
love
do
it. It's
smart
still
things with
unhinged.
this character.
No, this
Well, I
definitely.
mean, like, Sasha's not a smart character, so this is stretching it a little bit, but you know, this works. Wait till
in case you're
wait
wondering
till the
how
next
an
thing.
attack that did 8 and one that did 5 both dealt 1, it has to do with the fact that you can't do less than 1 from housing things with abilities, which was my order of operations. Provided you beat his threshold of, it's not called soak, his threshold of soak, right? He can't take,
Sure.
he wouldn't take nil damage with the halvesies part. The halvesies part is a minimum of 1.
Okay.
Or I made a mistake with when he soaked on Scott's attack. Hang on. 4 and then half.
It's okay. We have more time to practice.
No, I made a mistake on Scott's. Sorry. Because, like I said, I fucked up my order of operations. So he took 2 from Scott and 1 from Ann. He's taken 3. Hey, that 1 extra point of damage fucking matters, all right?
I'm gonna RKO him.
That's next up. You're queuing up an RKO out of nowhere. If it's out of nowhere, it's an
RKO.
auto crit, but it's not out of nowhere because
It would have been if I didn't say anything.
You obfuscate first, and then it's out of nowhere.
do you have obfuscate in plain sight yet?
No. But if she shoots at his eyeballs, I will.
Actually, he is stunned. It's not in plain sight. You can obfuscate. I will allow it.
Wait, how long does he stay stunned for?
1 turn.
Like at
Next round.
the start of my turn, or the?
It goes off of his. He loses his next turn.
Okay.
And
I just
I don't
wanna,
spend
toss it
willpower
up.
the same on NPCs as I do.
I want to
PCs.
toss it up to Damon. Set him up for some sick shit.
Yeah, weight of dice.
Sasha's a team player.
Yeah,
No,
he's got a
Sasha's-
good fortitude amount, if you can't tell.
Yeah, well, you know what? We got a good teamwork amount.
Yeah,
of
like I said,
whatever.
it's 2 of y'all versus 1 of him. I figure you have the advantage. The wild card, the difficulty is in making sure he doesn't get to Rory. So
The wild card is making sure that he doesn't
If
die to
he's
18
stunned-
damage.
If he's stunned, he can't do shit for a turn. So I'm gonna keep
I
trying real hard.
Where's my table? I need to go get my table again.
you got to do better this time,
Damon!
or throw Sasha, and
Nigga.
the excess damage you deal will spill into how much damage she does because the bullets will be
Wait, I
accelerated
do-
by that amount, right? That's how physics works.
Wait. Is he throwing me while I'm
No.
shooting? I do +1 damage. If Damon throws me physically, I just punch, I do +1 damage because you said so.
I would give you
It's
a
assisting.
modifier. The amount of bonus damage you deal would be based on how much extra damage he.
What if we do a team power bomb?
Yeah, if you do like if you hold down the shoulder buttons together and you do like a team combo, if you get to time it at the same time. I'm
We'll
sorry.
Or do like a deadly
I'll
death
do-
drop?
We'll do some tag team shit.
This is getting.
It's your turn, right?
It's top of line. It's
Your
Ashley.
top.
Ashley,
Which
Top is
is
Ashley. I forgot.
yes,
Okay.
and I think this is
Ashley.
where we're actually going to take a real quick break. Get some of our sillies
Break.
out. Get some
I need to
water.
get up from bed.
Use the restroom, stretch, yeah, and then we'll come back and yeah. So BRB, everybody. See you very shortly. Remember, like and subscribe. We're back. How's it going?
Canadians!
Canoodles.
Canadians. Yeah,
We've been
how's it going?
canoodled.
We've been
All right.
canoodled by Canadians.
I mean, that doesn't sound like that bad of a fate compared to being embraced. Well, no, I'd way rather be a vampire than like.
Then get canoodled.
Excuse me, hi, I'm Canadian.
If you get
Watch
bit by a
yourself.
Canadian, do you become Canadian?
I think that's how it works.
And then they apologize
That
afterwards.
is not how vampirism works, you jerk.
No, they have to give you their Canadian blood first, which is just like the gravy they use in their poutine.
It's just maple syrup. Yeah.
Maple syrup or gravy.
Depends on which side of the Rocky Mountains you're at.
Right, yeah. Like one side it's the gravy, one side it's the poutine. Yeah, or one side it's the maple syrup. Or like how far away from the equator you are, maybe. It's one of those two, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're on Prince Edward
Maple syrup.
Island or whatever.
Maple syrup is the and that's universally known. Gravy is mostly an East Coast thing.
Yeah, if you're on Prince Edward Island, it's just your smug sense of superiority you give to somebody else. Sorry, that's shout outs to my boy Tristan. He's from Prince Edward Island. I like to fuck with him, but not because he's
Doesn't
Canadian.
GW do that enough?
With Canada. I don't know. With Tristan, no, not really.
Okay,
All right, so back to our
Back
rousing
to
Ashley's
Ashley.
turn.
combat/narrative carousel of craziness. We are back inside the sort of inside the oubliette with Ashley sort of turning her back on the basement, and in typical horror fashion, she goes up, opens the door, and sees a staircase going down.
Fuck. She's just gonna close the door and go back down the stairs that she's at.
Okay, so you close the door and like turn around.
Yeah.
All right. And you can sort of like with the door closed, you hear the hum of, like a period relevant music that William would have been playing on like a, like sonophone or whatever. Wax records, and you can hear it like sort of whining and careening as if the wax has melted a little bit and it's just a little off kilter, right? You can hear it coming through the door, and it gives you that it grounds this basement, this torture chamber that you're in a sort of reality that exists beyond the walls of this singular scene. But of course, it also sort of heightens the claustrophobia of being stuck here. There's an outside. Looking down in the basement, you no longer see a mocking, more embracing of himself, William. You see the torture chair and the stiletto. Like there's sort of like the surgical table, with all the like implements prepared, various torture devices that Ashley has familiarized herself with over the years. And center to them all, you notice the stiletto. Much like before, the room is bathed in a green light coming from somewhere, right? And everything else sort of washes into just this monochrome, dull palette, save for the stiletto.
Yeah, she'll just walk down the stairs. Sigh heavily, like and go to the table and pick up the stiletto. Is William in the room still?
No, it is. You hear the music upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of when you close the door, you hear the music like not like start. It's like mid, as if it's always been there. But and then downstairs is vacant, and you see the stiletto on the table, and nobody in it. You don't see your own form strapped in the chair anymore. No William. There are, however, shadows on the wall. Like as if going through a scene as you sort of look, like as if there's like it's as if like you have this memory in this place and everything's been removed except for a couple of the torture devices and the shadows of yourself. You can maybe even almost, as you see them move back and forth, you can maybe even almost place you and William in there. Maybe it's one of many memories like it, but you can see it sort of like lean over the chair, and you can see there's sort of like an argument between these shadows on the wall, and you before long, realize one of them is definitely you, and this was a time you sort of protested your instructions.
She's gonna look at the chair. Fuck, I hate this. I hate mind games. I hate this place. She's just gonna get on the chair and lay down and kind of just like fold her hands, like kind of like if she's in a coffin, she's just gonna like fold her hands over the stiletto hilt and like hold it to her chest, not like this, but like this. And she's just gonna like kind of meditate.
Okay.
And kind of like try to I guess like will herself to like be back in the room where the mirror is at.
Okay, roll another one of these willpower rolls.
Okay. Mm-hmm. By the way, just a reminder, Ashley is still riding the wave.
I feel that has subsided.
Passed. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
As soon as she like went into the mirror
Well,
world.
because the imminent threat and the focus of your leaning into the wave was gone.
Okay.
And around that time, that's when I
Okay.
feel it was over.
And then it was just willpower.
Yeah, four dice. You had a bonus from something before. Yeah, so 5 for you because you're
unswayable mind.
Unswayable mind. So 5.
I'm not going to do it through the box.
It's not directly someone trying to dominate you, which is why you don't get the full.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly opposed either, so. Hell, I'm willing to just give you 1 success on the back end. It's better or worse, depending on if you want to go for the crits or not, right? An extra die means you get an extra
well,
crit.
if you give me 1, I have 2 on here, so that's 3 in total.
But you got a blanket for the rest. You're either going to take 1 success on the back end automatically from your unswayable mind, or you're going to roll 1 extra die up front. So, your call. You can re-roll right now because I didn't even hear what you said.
Okay.
You gotta make the call here.
So either take the unswayable mind die
as a die bonus, or you can take it as a success on the back end. But then you're only rolling 4.
I'll take the success on the back end.
Okay, so you're rolling 4 dice, but you'll have 1 success automatically every time we do one of these checks.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Fuck. God damn it.
That die is gone forever. I heard it bouncing across the floor. Fucking gone. Yeah.
That is 4 altogether.
Awesome.
One is a fanged, but there's no other crits.
Yeah. So with your successes, the music skips in tune.
Mm-hmm.
And is loud, and all around you can hear the swishing and sashaying of people. And as you open your eyes, I'd imagine, as one does, you find yourself in a very full ballroom. And once more, a memory that's been plucked from within you. Somewhere around the time William met your family, some sort of event.
4th of July.
You can even hear the distant fireworks. You know, you can hear laughter, but all the laughter is sort of disembodied and outside, similar to how the music was outside the room before. It's just, and you find yourself in this party, this celebration. You hear chatter and conversation, but you don't see people having active conversation, right?
Yeah.
You see people dancing. Every now and then, it's like the projection screen skips, like in a movie theater. You skip ahead a few cells, right? And you see blood-covered faces and the few jovial ones that meet your gaze, and then it catches back up and they're normal again. And it happens a couple times, and there's this sort of palpable, this physical pressure here. Whatever is wrong here is like on your skin, and you can feel it, and it's around you. And then there's the shadows. They play out a different scene entirely. There is no dance. There's some sort of argument. This time, you don't recognize the figures. Well, not one immediately is yours. You can usually pick yourself out just based on your own gestures and mannerisms, right? It's 2 maybe masculine forms are the main ones, and sort of 2, can't make them out, but 2 sort of still individuals, sort of like more inert and motionless in the background. And the fact that the shadows on the walls and the floor do not match this loop of this dance around you isn't even the strangest part. Nor is the occasional blood mask that slips through the cracks in the reel.
Yeah, I think she'll probably just and is she still holding the stiletto?
Yes. That green hue is gone. Now everything's sort of bathed in this like almost like too warm light.
Mm-hmm.
Like the color balance has gone off, and it's just this like I said, it's just this unnatural too light orangey.
Yeah.
You know how it ends up looking. And
Yeah, she'll probably go try to find one of the center tables that was usually set up in the lawn that had like food and drinks and things like that on it.
Yeah, so like the you know the sort of like open air like sort of exit to the sort of rear of this ballroom, and you find just like you would expect these tables that should have food on them, and you see things out of place. Your family would have had these like spreads, right? They would have had these tiered setups with probably like even like over garnished like tables and stuff like that. So it's really sort of flex their wealth, right? These parties are as much a statement as they are anything else. And your family's not. They weren't like as pretentious as one gets from that time period and that level of wealth, but I mean, they had their enemies, and they weren't one to overlook the opportunity to put their
Snub a
enemy
nose. Yeah.
right. But in place of some of what you'd expect to be some of the more exotic cakes from like the old land and pastries and stuff like that, you just see cloches, a familiar cloche, out of place in this memory,
Yeah.
too new, too modern, too clean.
She'll probably just like take an open arm and then just like clear it. Just clear the whole table off as much as she can, and then like climb on top of the table, lay down, and like do the same thing as she
All
did
right.
in the chair.
We will sort of, as you wind up to go in, and that's where we'll shift on over to Rory in his ritual to reach out to you. I think it is in your sort of your time is sort of slowing down for you. The ball, we can see it like sort of backlighting you, and outside the light's a bit more natural, but we have these little flitting in and out like fireflies that almost seem to slow down as we sort of transition into the next scene of the coterie member. Their light also a little bit too orange, but they almost become like their own little spotlights toward you. And as the scene sort of slows down for our mind's eye, as we where was I going with that? I'm sorry, I derailed. I had something cool I was going to do with that. It's gone forever. Oh, I remember now. And as you slow down, we sort of catch this, like I said, that sort of double exposed effect happen, and we can sort of see the tendrils beyond this reality sort of reaching into the various objects here that shouldn't be here in your memory. And we see those sort of reaching back, and we sort of follow one of those to where we have Rory's blood coming through the glass in the mirror, and we have Rory there. Rory, it is your turn.
All right. This
Automatically, one of those willpower goes away.
Yeah. On that, this might be a stretch, but could I expend my tempered will for the session instead of a willpower point?
What's your tempered will?
Lets me resist dominate and presence.
This is a discipline?
Yeah. It's merit.
You took this merit on purpose?
Yeah.
I won't let you spend it. No, hang on. I think you'll like this. Because it's to resist like dominate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You are not fighting dominate. You are fighting
Yeah.
a obtenebration ritual from
Fair
the
enough.
olden
Yeah.
day.
I didn't expect
What I
it to
will
work.
allow you to do is, since you're like, we've already sort of alluded to you trying to project through the mirror, I'm going to let you, regardless of the state of what happens with this sort of what's coming up here, you're going to be able to project that tempered will to Ashley. And Ashley will gain the benefit of your tempered will for her upcoming scene.
Super cool.
As she sort of feels this coterie member from beyond's presence sort of willing her to break through this shadow realm, this obtenebration, this oubliette. Okay.
We're gonna rouse. We do not get hungrier, thank God. All right. We are getting close. So intelligence. And I'm going to expend a ritual this time.
Okay.
I'm going to expend one with the blade.
All right. Powerful stuff. Powerful.
It was chopping shit for you.
Holy shit. That's some fuckery. Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. You
Yeah, I
can't
don't know.
say it like that.
It is super both. 2, 4, 6.
Is
That
it
is
another
8 successes, but another bestial failure.
what
Potential.
the actual fuck,
Potential
bro?
BFX2.
Yeah, but also 8 successes.
All right.
Okay,
I
so
like
this
where that's
time,
heading. Okay.
yeah, one of the
Still at 3 hunger?
yep, still 3 hunger.
Okay.
The sword floats out of the sheath and slides through the distorted mirror, and as it comes and as the hilt comes through, there's an astral hand, and as it goes farther, the astral form of Rory, using the sword as an anchor, is on the other side of the mirror.
All right. So this is like where the sword touches, we see the sort of reverse out, and then like so like on one side of the mirror we have the sword touching, and then on the astral projection is essentially grabbing the reflection on the other side of the mirror. Is that what we sort of see? So that you're like blade reflection, and you sort of wielding your astral form is sort of wielding the blade, whilst the blade proper is like stuck in the mirror on the other side. Is that kind of how?
Sure.
And then
I was thinking the physical sword went through, but we can go either way. I'm down.
can we go with that?
Yeah.
All right, I like that, because then we'll give you like a nice, some classical, wooey woo bullshit. You'll see a silver sort of gleam from your blade that always sort of angles back toward the mirror's origin.
Mhm.
Silver thread or silver strand, typically being the
Yeah.
sort of universal signal of like what binds you
Yeah.
to.
And
So,
it's something physical and
and there's
recognizable for Ashley to help break the
yeah,
spell.
yeah, and so
And
you sort of Go ahead, Sorry.
I just like the astral form just starts yelling, Ashley, and starts making his way through whatever this is.
So pretty classically,
Yeah.
Rory's eyes, not inside of an oubliette, the Rory form that this fight is going on around. His eyes sort of gloss over and roll back pretty classically, and since it is blood sorcery, we see like these super pronounced like blood vessels in the whites type thing, and that's it, right? Exaggerated, almost like the way you've had these tendrils of blood kind of come out. You can almost see some of these tendrils just sort of like hanging away from your cheeks and stuff, almost like extra eyelashes and stuff, right? Um, and Essentially, Rory outside the mirror, outside of this oubliette, has um, kind of gone catatonic in this trance, sort of going through the motions of stuff, as you have fully, especially with the 8 successes, sort of transposed your will into the oubliette. And Ashley, who is now knocked all the stuff away, and like we hear the clatter of these cloches, and see some like really fine like smoked and pickled meats and stuff like that hit the floor, and fresh baked bread, all the sort of height of society, with the cloches landing tastefully, somehow miraculously still over whatever they're over. Ashley can distantly hear Rory's voice somewhere. Rory, meanwhile, you can hear the music, and you hear this clanging and of these cloches and stuff hitting the floor.
I go that way.
Um, which brings us to Damon. For Damon, he hears only the clatter of jaws as he punches them, or something, whatever. To sort of like catch us back up into like the sort of flow of combat. The shotgun blast has just sort of like the flash and the smoke has just sort of settled a little bit, and we have this gargoyle just like sort of like swinging a little blindly around as he's sort of trying to fight through this stun. What do you do, Damon?
So as his head starts to go back, we're gonna go ahead and try to shove my clawed hand through his chest.
Okay. Were you going to RKO out of nowhere?
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I can't tell you when I'm gonna do it.
Fair. All right, should going for a claw through the chest. Being stunned, this will be at difficulty 1. Basically, it'll have this similar effect to.
Oh boy.
Good.
I don't know what stunned actually does. I'm quick and dirtying it. So this is where you don't correct me if you know what stunned actually does. Chat, don't be a wet blanket. I'm gonna look it up so I know it for next time, but I always quick and dirty things the first time.
We have 15 successes plus 5 for the claws and potence. And this will be unhalved superficial.
Wait, how many?
15.
And then 5? So 20. Get the fuck out of here! It's like Wolverine whenever was it him versus his brother? Was it him versus Sabretooth? In like the first X-Men movie where he like dives it into his chest?
Basically.
I think that's the visualization I'm getting.
That's why when he
more
goes
Lady Deathstrike than Wolverine in terms of.
We're going with Sabretooth. We don't do Lady Deathstrike. I have a note for that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're not that stylish. Gotcha.
I do not have katanas on my fingers.
There's still time.
I forgot she was in that movie. Holy shit.
She was in one of them.
She was in the first one, or was she in the second one?
I think she was in the 2 because she's in there when they go to the island, Stryker's Island, right? Like, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay. I do want to know what stun really does for later, but and then we'll.
And look,
1 point of willpower.
Said I needed to be melee punchy character, so I made a melee punchy character.
This is unhalved superficial because of your claws. Potence and protean claws, do they stack? No, because you have it to the claws. Yes. Yeah, instead of the full.
Yeah, you have to have your potence level to add it to melee.
To add it to melee, so you don't get the full dice for it. Yeah.
That's why it's only 5.
Right. Claws. I thought claws were 2.
Claws are 2, but the half potence is 3.
Oh, you have 6 in potence?
No, 5.
So don't you round down? So 2 and 2 is 4.
Yeah, so 3. Unless you want, you can round it down. It's fine.
Unless it says round up. If the rules say round up, then round up. But I thought it was round down. But all right, unhalved. Hang on, I'm doing math. All right. So.
And this is really why Sasha is afraid of gangrel claws.
Hang on.
She's afraid of claws for a different reason, but yeah, she doesn't mess with
that takes
gangrel.
that kink. That takes out the kink in the bedroom.
No.
No fires, no claws. Okay, that's just not cool.
What about fire claws?
No. I believe that's what is called a deal breaker. No thanks.
That is a hard line. No cross.
Oh.
Why is math so hard? It's basic subtraction and shit right now. Hang on.
Reverse math.
Reverse math.
No, I'm not even to the having to use his abilities yet. It's because I don't have the health tracker, so I'm trying to this many and then this many spill over, to where they become ag. So hang on.
Got you.
Okay. At least 1, 9. So then 7. All right. I got there. All right. So he's effectively because math, and he. I mean, he doesn't exactly bleed a bunch, but you crack that hard outer shell pretty thoroughly and tear into his guts and stuff and his extra organs that are inside for staking purposes and this sort of combination of coagulated blood and guts just sort of clings to your claws. You keep them sort of embedded in him, as we've established, Sabretooth style. And you hear him sort of growl, and there a real twinge of pain in that. And then it would be his turn. He comes to with as you basically pounced and took him down, right? So you're on top, sort of straddling him with your claws buried in him. His eyes sort of roll out of the sort of abyss of his brain cavity that Sasha, domed with a shotgun. And he's in the process of getting ready to give you a nice little bear hug and make sure that you're part of whatever he's got planned on his following turn or your following turn. Sasha, it's yours. Finish him.
Okay, so
Get him.
if I try to shoot him, Damon's right there, right? Do I run the risk of
just mosey on over and shotgun to the noodle? He's no longer stunned, so he's going to try to struggle a little bit. But with Damon pinning him, you do count as being assisted, so you gain +1 success for being assisted.
If I'm shooting at his head at that point, do I still have to take the penalty?
I would say that the assist and point blank will negate the penalty.
Great.
They cancel each other out.
So.
I mean, you do have to move over, leaving Rory.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to. Fuck. Okay. I am going to. It's not that far away, right? I can do a casual stroll.
I think a casual stroll.
You could also blink, casual stroll, fast. You move quickly.
Hey,
I think we see the motion of a casual stroll, but as the camera sort of switches its perspective to see him, we lose track of Sasha in the in between, that's sort of no man's land, and then we see the end of the casual stroll on the other end. If you want to want to do the full casual stroll, you can do that. It's really, how do you want to flavor this?
No,
I assume you're going to rouse for the unerring aim, right? So.
I'm going to rouse for the unerring aim, but I don't think I'll rouse for anything else. I think she's just fast enough to do it. And if she needs to blink back, then... Okay, that's a success on my rouse check. Thank God. Okay. I'm gonna blow up this guy's brain. That's 4 successes.
I'm sorry, how many successes?
4.
Would you like to willpower and add some dice? Reroll some dice?
I only have 1 to reroll.
Maybe bank that. Did you want to rouse to add 2 dice to your pool, or did you already do that? I missed it.
Oh, I haven't.
I'm not tempting you to try to go to 4 hunger. Why would I do that? I'm
nice already guy. At 4 hunger.
Oh, 5 hunger.
It's just 5.
It's just 5. Actually, 5 hunger would be the ideal situation for me, honestly, because that worked out really well the last time it happened to me in combat. Is that a success? Let me double check. Oh, that is a success. Okay, I was like, because I'm rolling a regular D10. Okay, I'll add 2 more dice to that. Can I? Oh, that didn't really help. Okay, I'll spend a willpower to re-roll some dice then. I was like,
Okay.
wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I still have hope here. I have.
This is gonna be fun. Hooray.
5. Okay, yes. Okay, that's 7 successes.
Thank you. And your shotgun does how much bonus? Because it's
3.
Now it becomes 6 successes, which is 9 damage. So it would normally be. He's in his ag tracking now, essentially, because he's went through his 12 health once and then some. And the end result is essentially that even after his fortitude, you blew his damn head off. And he dusts very slowly because he's not as old as some other vampires, so it's not like rapid decay. So he decays rather gradually before he becomes sort of just a husk. With 2 hearts, albeit.
Sasha just looks to
Who's the Time Lord?
says, good job, and holds out a fist.
Any minute. I'm great over here.
What?
Never in doubt.
So,
okay. I was trying to be nice, but cool.
So we will essentially move out of initiative order as the combat itself ends, but we still got a couple dice rolls left for Ashley and Rory. And so as y'all do whatever it is you're going to do to a gargoyle husk and potential swarm
I'm gonna
of
rest.
Jump on it like a trampoline. No.
It's like
Make
jumping
it
on
more dust.
I don't know.
Ashley, you knock all the stuff to the side, and you hear Rory's voice as you're sort of about to get onto the table or whatever. You've just knocked everything aside, and that's about the time you hear his voice kind of come over the clamor. Do you still proceed with the plan to sort of will or forward, or do you search it?
I think my plan. I think Ashley's plan has changed to where she's gonna try to will herself to Rory's voice.
Now, with Rory's voice giving you the or with Rory giving you the benefit of his will here,
Mhm.
your stiletto has been replaced by Rory's rapier, his hidden blade.
Okay.
And that's you have this sort of physical embodiment, manifestation of his will assisting you here. So you have your 1 auto willpower from your own discipline, and his. What are the rules on your your thing? Is it like 1, 2? Yeah, because she'll just 1-to-1 get that.
Yeah, once per session when resisting Dominator presence, you may add 2 additional dice.
Yeah, so you get you'll have 2 additional dice to your pool for our 3rd and final round here. What a coincidence of this magic ritual. The hardest one, by the way, because your willpower to do each scene has increased. Well, it's a base of 1 plus the round. So now it's a difficulty of 4.
I have 2 left, so I can reroll if I need to.
That's Ashley's unique mechanical rules. Rory's are different. You still have a target number.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm
gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna add 2 more dice. I'm gonna try to rouse the blood.
Yeah, you are.
Get it.
And I get hungrier. I'm at 4 hunger.
Yeah. I mean, oh no, a player's at 4 hunger.
Oh
2 players are at 4 hunger. Oh no.
Of course, it's the ladies. The ladies are like,
hey, Rory's actually pretty hungry right now too. He's hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the hungies.
I'm just heavily damaged.
I like combat to be quick and lethal, by the way, and so I am very pleased with how that turned out.
I take 1 more hit. I'm like,
Turns out he could only take 1 more hit too, and then it went.
I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll 2 dice because I don't have 3 altogether non-blood dice to roll.
I just imagine gargoyle guts splattered all over Damon.
Poor Boulder. He didn't do anything wrong except for be made by a Tremere he hated and then get ordered to do stupid bullshit.
5.
That is 1 more than what you needed. So yeah, you see the ball at this point for what it is. Like it's like looking at like smoke and silhouettes, and you see, sort of like the frame or the blueprint, right? You see smoke and silhouettes of all these memories and things, and you see a plain unadorned like hall, like you could imagine like the inside of like a classical labyrinth, right? Like just plain stone walls and stuff like that's what is actually revealed to you. And so you're running through these corridors, this maze like corridor towards Rory's voice, and you essentially see him sort of basically now you sort of round the corner and you see him at the end of a long corridor as you sort of round this last thing, and you can see this sort of silver doorway behind him as he sort of comes in. He also is holding his rapier, for anyone wondering about the continuity going on there. The embodiment again of his will being his blade. So you're wielding it as well. And there is this shadow figure standing between the both of you. You already succeeded on your willpower, so you're not actually rolling combat dice. It's really more of a how do you kill this shadow form as you sort of run towards Rory. And Rory, as she's doing that, you're going to roll the final portion of your ritual to see how it sort of assists her and or holds the door open, and we'll see.
Okay.
So
I don't have it. This is probably what level is a port blade? I never actually got that from you.
2 or 3?
Is it 2?
3. Oh, 1? I
1?
think I turned it to 2 but
well, it's a port object. It's not necessarily specifically
Or
swords.
port object.
yeah, it's 1. Yeah, 1. A port object is 1.
Okay.
Somebody dipping his toe
Yeah.
into infernalism.
So maybe not that one. Okay.
I know. What if I do that thing where it's a really long night and this was all the secret first fight and then there's a second fight after this next week, because I am merciful and Shelly does need to sleep. But
he's a weird shadow guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waking
okay.
up now, which sucks, but I'm fine.
Second wind. The second wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. We'll expend manipulate.
Just have a night that lasts 4 sessions.
We
Fuck you,
What's wrong with
Andrew.
that? What's wrong with that?
Everything.
Arouse.
Well,
Do
I'm going to make
I
it
am
last
now
5
also
sessions.
at 4 hunger.
You're
Team
at 4
4.
hunger?
Yep.
Team
Oh my!
4.
Why are you making me basically have to make this into like 4 sessions for one night with these delicious hunger numbers?
Level 2.
I'm kidding.
You don't have to.
I won't.
I'm in
Willpower.
danger.
I'm in danger.
We all just eat Damon.
I love that we kind of found out Damon is I don't even want to call him a glass cannon. Like, he's a cannon, but like he's a cannon versus other cannons, and they do cannon damage too. I liked that. That was a good reveal. A good I wouldn't say reveal. A good discovery tonight. I am pleased
I
with
don't
how
want
that
to
happened.
re-roll that either. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 successes.
Which brings us to a total of 18 successes over the course of the ritual, thus beating the target number.
Amazing.
2.
Okay.
Yay, not a bestial failure.
Thank the Christ.
Can I see
Yeah,
the
you go ahead.
the version of my sword that she's holding?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
because it is like a sort of. I mean,
And
we're
then,
in like
there's
fuzzy
a guy
dream
between
shadow
us.
world. I'm sorry, was that one?
And I think, yeah,
There's a shadow form
I think
between you.
Yeah. So a little bit of teamwork as focusing on both aspects of the sword, and because I use telekinesis,
Oh,
I think they just
Are you going to touch
sort of
tips? Are you going to touch tips?
through the shadow.
not touching tips. Yeah, I think Ashley's just like full on,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
just to sort of pick up Ashley, pick up my astral form, and just stabs.
well to pick up another person. I think it like she.
I'm fully running.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's
Speed you
like adding velocity to the blade type
Yeah.
scenario. Let's maintain Ashley's cool factor of running and
Yeah,
sprinting.
I can still run.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah.
I'm
All right. So
fast.
you sort of like run at this shadow form that's like it's it's like 3-dimensional in a kind of gnarly sense, in that like yes, it's like swinging towards Ashley on one side, but like a mirror, like the reflection in a mirror, it's perfectly swinging at you too on the other side, right? And so from either direction you look at it, it just looks like it's like kind of punching one time, but you both see it, right, punching towards you like this shadowy reflection at both direction, and you sort of like duck, and with that sort of like oomph of the extra manipulate, you sort of like both get this burst of speed and just skewer it sort of like on either side, of its, chest slash gut. It's, bigger, so you're sort of skewering upward, right? So you catch it kind of in like the stomach slash chest, and skewer it through, and it just evaporates into smoke. You can feel your will, by the way, being tested as you are astral projected in here in a way that Ashley has been dealing with for a while. And you can feel it in your vulnerable state beginning to break down. As such, this is just more drama than it is mechanical, because you've all succeeded on the dice. You've role played it pretty beautifully. Rory begins to feel sort of without his defenses. I mean, you've got your defenses in the magic and so on and so forth, but like all of it is going into the spell. All of it is going into your sort of counter ritual. You're vulnerable to the whispers Ashley's been fighting here for, to her, could feel like days, hours, months, years. It's time with the way it's plucked and pruned at her memories. She understands that she must have only been in here in a short while, but she feels uncertain, and you are getting hammered with all of that very quickly with all of your attention devoted to sort of the ritual, and the
Sorry, homie.
door begins to waver. You both
Oh.
sprint, and it's to the point where Rory actually collapses as Ashley sort of runs.
Ashley picks him up and like
Yeah.
full on Heisman's into the fucking
Beautiful. So when you stabbed the shadow form, Ashley,
Mhm.
this manifestation, this blade, as it had kind of exploded into this vapor and smoke, Rory's blade that you had been wielding had shattered too. And you sort of absentmindedly, like, oh shit, started running, and then Rory collapses, and you didn't really think about it. But as you come through the other side of the mirror, and it's not like you leap out of the mirror or anything, you just, as you go through the portal inside of this shadow space, you're just on the other side of the mirror. And you find yourself holding a second stiletto. You didn't let go of the one you had in your hand. You stabbed the thing and you kept running, and then you just kind of reached over and picked up Rory, and you have this second stiletto. Like your other one, you can feel the weight of it still, strapped to your, leg, right?
Yeah. Oh fucking hell.
It is, if there are any like jewels or designs on your stiletto, you will find them mirrored and inverted on the blade. Complete, like the color as well. If your stiletto was like a silver, it's gonna be more of a gunmetal, or if it was gold, I think it'd be more of like a sort of oxidized copper.
Throw it back in the portal. Just like
Something about it feels right, actually. Not like cooing and beckoning and testing your like unwavering will, or not unwavering will. Your you can't feel it prying at your
psyche.
your psychic defenses or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your disciplined mind. No, something about this feels good. In fact, like you can't tell if it's a fleeting thought from the shadow place from the oubliette you just stepped out of or not, but you just feel this would be particularly good at stabbing some of those fucking weird things you've been dealing with.
Okay, you're coming home with me, but don't be weird, okay? Cool.
It doesn't have like a will. It's not talking back to you.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, just don't be fucking weird, okay?
And we see, and what is the sort of like, pretend we
weird.
like skipped, like a turn of what like Sasha and Damon did, and we only catch the sort of like tail end of it, like coming down from a high five or chest bump, or like we see the gargoyle actually crumpled into ashes. We see the table set back up and they're taking shots. Like we catch them just sort of like on a weird delay in time, right? Like they've skipped ahead like not a scene in the vampire sense, but a scene in the film sense. Like they've skipped ahead just a little bit. Like what did we not see you do, and what's the sort of like tail end of like what we do see? You bonded a little bit. You did the like predator handshake. Like, like
Do like a resolved, like, thank God, roll over on my back and be like, oh, never in doubt.
oh, at least just got.
No,
And then as soon as I lift my
Never-
arms up, I'm like, oh, that hurts. I can't do that anymore. Not doing that.
Not doing that for a week.
never doubted. Never doubted. Need some help getting up, or do you want to just stay there for a minute?
I'll be fine. I just need a minute. I'm good, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Uh,
gonna look. I'm not gonna like just leave Damon, but I'm also like gonna look in the direction of the ritual. Has anything exploded? Everything's fine. What do I
No,
see?
I mean, you look over and they're just standing there. The candles have all
Are-
gone out. The blood has all like any of the blood from the ritual side of things has like evaporated, and the stuff that's been drawn on has dried to like that sort of like brown sort of like looks, like brown. A vampire is dead. Their blood, they will it to do stuff, but it's and so once it's like dried, it kind of looks its age, right? Like, so it's brown and dead, and yeah. Well, I wouldn't say its age because the blood you have in you is somebody else's that you're repurposing.
I think you would
Sasha,
catch. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. All right. But I think as you turn, I think you would catch the astral form, the soul, however, whatever you want to call it, sliding back in. Like the sword goes back into the sheath, and the form settles back into place, and then Rory just falls on his knees.
Yeah, and you catch Ashley just in time to, like, as Rory's falling on his knees, that's when Ashley says her, like, "You're coming home with me."
Coming home with me. Head.
Holy fucking shit!
The head. The William's head.
Damon was talking to it earlier. What?
Where is it?
Is that thing? Is that? Oh,
I think it's just
shit,
like he threw the table.
I mean, you're like looking around for the
somewhere.
Roy remembers the gargoyle and freaks
out. Ashley's gonna like kind of do like a little flip with the blade, stick it where the other one's at. And she's gonna go into the kitchen to go grab the body.
The body you will not find there.
Ooh.
The evidence of all the gore and stuff is there,
Mm-hmm.
But the kitchen's otherwise cleaned down, like, and shut down, like, as if an end of service type thing. The gore of the body itself, but like, but everything. No, the gore of the body itself is there. Like, you can see the blood and stuff, but the, like, any implements used, anything strung up, anything that was cooked, all of that's been cleaned.
Okay.
They didn't.
But the head is somewhere
in there, like, it's just scattered off to the side. It's not.
Yeah,
like
I think Ashley's gonna go pick up the head and be like, "You're also coming home with me, William. You stupid fuck."
You have a disturbing
He
thing
doesn't
of
say
collecting
much.
heads. He doesn't say much, says Damon from his like thing down, like.
Yeah, well, he's dead and he has no soul, so that would make sense that he would not talk. This is our evidence for a blood hunt. You understand that, right? And she's going to look at all three of them. This is how we track them down. This is how we end this.
Yeah.
Sasha is like
Maybe
checking
not tonight, though.
on Rory.
Obviously
this
not
discussion
tonight.
I'm all right.
But they are going to die.
100%. Ashley, are you okay?
Oh, just tortured by my own mental fucking faculties. No big deal. Just accidentally fed my ex-husband to a human. No big deal. My sister is dealing with Sabat shit. No big deal.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I know what that was.
We have to get rid of them. If they're dealing with Sabat shit right now, that means Sabat is in the city and will cause fucking havoc.
Maybe.
They've been here before. There's a reason why the former prince is the former prince.
Whether they stumbled on some Sabat shit or made a new friend, either way, they do need to be dealt with. That's absolutely true.
Their shit also kind of reminds me of your sire. they're piecing things together. Like, literally piecing things together. It's not as fucking great as, you know, your brother and your sire, but it's fucking weird.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Leland we killed wasn't actually Leland.
Oh no, it was a construct. I thought you knew that.
And
But you were also
No,
fucking out of it. You also had no
Yeah.
eyes at the moment. Nonetheless, let's get the fuck out of here. And she's gonna pull out, she's gonna like find her purse and like get her phone and like call Sam 3 and be like, get your fucking ass here now.
I have a question for the ST.
Yeah.
Like, say,
Yeah.
what time of the evening is this? Would
It's
Sasha have
been
time to take care of some personal business?
Do you want time to take care of some personal business?
Just a little bit of time?
Is it a between session type personal business, or is it a? Because it has been a long evening. Like, you have probably a couple hours, but considering the wounded status of a lot of people, the lack of willpower, the amount of hunger you're going to need to take care of, which if you're going to feed tonight, that might take the rest of your evening. But I'm curious. How about you tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you. Yeah, or you can text me.
No, I think Sasha just has been avoiding certain things, like reaching out to Annabelle for some advice and things that she wanted to
if you want to give
talk
Annabelle
about.
a quick phone call type thing, or is it like a meet me tomorrow?
Yeah, like I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I did want I it occurred to me recently that Sasha has not had taken the opportunity to do her own thing. And there's some stuff I want to do in that case, but if we deal with that in between sessions, that
I think we
also
can do it next session, but it'd be like the next night or in a couple nights type thing. Annabelle might need a minute to clear her schedule for you. I think is
it would be a it would be a matter
we
of
can
sending a text.
Yeah, if you want to start
says,
next session with you role playing with Annabelle, would that be decent? Or is it
sure. Yeah, it would be just a matter of her like stepping aside and texting, like, you know, asking for a face to face.
All right.
Just a text. Oh yeah, and oh, by the way, this is my new number. My old phone got messed up when I got kidnapped by First
Okay.
Light. No big deal.
Yeah. So okay. So tell me what the text says to Annabelle.
NBD.
Looking for some advice. Would like to talk to you sooner rather than later. By the way, this is Sasha with a new phone number. My old phone is broken.
Yeah, you might not even say Sasha. You might use some sort of pet name or code name that y'all use in text messages like this too.
Oh,
right?
do we have a code name? Great, I will use that code name.
Yeah, whatever it
instead.
is. Like, it's like you say Sasha in brackets in your role play, but we know I think we just assume that you have some, masquerade safe thing in a burner. I know that
Sure.
the
I don't know how that works.
Supposed to use like courier pigeons and shit now, but like, come on. If LA by night can constantly be using cell phones, we can allow cell phones.
The prince doesn't give a fuck.
PKJ.
Yeah, PKJ doesn't give a fuck.
Just maintain your shit, right? Like, don't be an idiot with technology. Make sure it's a burner phone, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So she's gonna she'll be like, I've been meaning to talk to you about some things as well.
Okay.
Hang on. Meet me at Club Etna tomorrow evening, early.
And when she gets that
I have,
response,
she says something like, I have some rumors I'd like you to address directly. I've heard some rumors I'd like you to address directly as well.
I think the last message that she sends is just me.
I think your entourage's presence is encouraged, but not mandatory.
Ashley's calling her fucking banker right now. Ashley's all like, I need to call my banker in the morning.
As you pile into Sam's vehicle.
The response is just understood. And then she looks at Rory as riding with me because the motorcycle is parked there.
Yeah, so I guess it's as Ashley gets into Sam's vehicle as.
But before we head out, like as Rory like gets up and kind of dust off a little bit, well, like, I'll extend a hand to Damon to like help him up. Thank you for having my back.
Yeah, that was not great.
No, I can see it. If you're amicable, we should have a good supply of bags at the house. If you want to rest up.
Yeah, it's your house too, I guess. We need to get a bag of ice.
I mean, we can
Sam.
stop at a 7-Eleven on the way, I guess.
You probably want burritos, don't you?
Hot dog. If we're going to 7-Eleven, I want a hot dog. Yeah.
And a Slurpee.
Fuck yes. Oh my god. Oh, like we connected in there.
Yeah, it's weird.
Your soul's touched.
Just the tip, though.
Her
just the tip. Slurpee.
And she says, I'm gonna go home if you guys don't need me at the house.
You're always welcome. It's your house too. But yeah, no, I've got a lot of shit that I need to deal with, including closing down William's house. Fucking Christ. I actually have to, I mean, it's technically still my house in title.
Well, yeah.
I mean, technically he's dead now, so it would go back to me. It's confusing how the lawyer.
Almost as confusing as you guys said you're getting a guy a hot dog. I still can't get past this.
He eats human food. It's fucking weird.
Technically yours is still yours.
Yeah. It's well, I willed it to him whenever I died. It's a whole thing. Nonetheless,
anyway,
the lawyers that I've had on retainer for a while have really...
still alive?
No, it's their sons, but it goes back to some bullshit that my father was dealing with.
Nepotism is a gift that keeps on giving. Cheers.
It's more secret society magic bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's it.
You had me at
magic bullshit.
My head hurts. Yeah.
Well, supposedly magic. I have no fucking clue. It's a
fair
whole
enough.
thing.
Yeah.
My mother was involved as well. Anyways.
Are you like one of the skulls?
What?
Are you like one of the skulls? Is Tom Hanks gonna walk out right now? What is going on?
Oh, the
fucking
Dan Brown shit, right? It's
fucking
sort of
Pacey
like
from Dawson, that movie.
We're crossing the screens right now.
I don't. know what's going on, honestly.
I know which movie is being referenced.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about then.
We're on the same
No,
page, you and I.
cool. But yeah, you have a place to stay.
Yeah.
I don't know where William was keeping you. Not that he was keeping you like that, but anyways, you have a place to stay at my house, the coterie house. Technically my house. Not, never mind. There's plenty of room. When I say when, if we get an audience with the sheriff or anyone in the higher echelons, we need to show a united front, all of us. Blood hunts are very serious. Very few have happened in Chicago that I know of. Never really participated in one. William kind of kept me out of that bullshit. Blood hunts are serious. Let's just say if one is called, all hell is going to break loose in the city. And on top of all the weird shit that we've already been dealing with,
Already, yeah.
it's going to
The plate keeps
explode
piling.
tenfold.
Yeah.
I owe your mentor money. Sam, I need you to call the bankers. We need to get. She's gonna look at Sasha. 1.2 million.
I know what the going rate is for a club in Chicago.
Let's call it 1.2 million should replace the spot. It's not Club Etna money.
Yeah.
But Club Etna is
Right,
like
look.
one of her uptown clubs.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like 1 point. Let's get it like a 1 point quarter. Sure.
Sure.
1.25. Okay. Yeah. Call the banker in the morning. We got this. Fucking Christ. And
The faster you settle that debt, it'll be like ripping off a band-aid. Then you don't have to deal with it ever
I've
again.
been trying to, but we've been fucking attacked so many times.
It's been a
It's
busy few
just-
days. Yeah.
It's really been a busy few weeks since
Yeah.
blowing up that place unintentionally. Look. And then she's going to text. I mean,
when you go to open your phone to go to text, you see, where did you want to meet? H.
Holy shit. I have a place downtown. 2 nights from now? Question mark.
I could make it work.
Sounds good.
Send me a time and time and location.
Will do. That holy shit was me freaking out because I was just like, oh, yeah, that guy.
I think as if there's nothing else to discuss when they finally split up, Sasha.
Well,
I mean, is there anything to discuss before like everyone kind of splits up?
No. Ashley is just gonna be like, I need to get the fuck out of this place.
yeah, no, we need to go. I'm fucking exhausted, and I probably need to look up Sabbat rituals and things. But you, Sasha, come here.
Oh God, this will go well.
Yeah.
Don't go far. And he'll lean her over. Go for that dip kiss.
What the hell?
I
Ashley
feel
will look
better.
in and
Messed
be
it
like,
up.
did you know about this?
Sasha, in response to that kiss, just looks at Rory and says, "You know the house rules. No rituals in the apartment, but I'll see you after." And then she gets off on her. She gets on her bike, and she gets on her bike to go home.
All right.
Um,
Let's go home.
To 7-Eleven.
To 7-Eleven and then home. Yes.
Damon, hop in the 7-Eleven as well.
No.
He's like,
Are you
Oh.
coming to the house?
You're being a live 7-Eleven hot dog.
Well,
or
not
like,
not the 7-Eleven.
I'm not-
You go in Sam's vehicle, or rather.
I guess.
Okay.
There's plenty of room. Jeez.
It's more of the hot dogs.
He's put off by the hot
More of the
dogs.
hot dogs. Yeah. No, I get
Yeah.
it. I
I
totally
didn't
get
like
it.
those when I was alive.
I mean,
oh,
we had bratwurst a lot.
Bratwurst?
Yeah, we had bratwurst a lot, but like
at the okay, so two things Sasha wants to do before we wrap things up is first off, reach out to I don't know how this works. If there is a like text thread from the basement Nosferatu, or if I have to contact.
They
contact
probably set up their
someone.
own like third-party app that like that you like open up and like
Ping a Nosferatu.
it's like a Telegram Nosferatu app. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the basement and it's BASS, and it looks like it presents itself like a Spotify music type app, but it's like a self-burning text messagey thing that like you can connect with each other in, and they show up in the basement like different musical artists. But then that's just a layer of security to the fact that it's like a
so I download this on my new phone because
the basement, and then obviously you've got like, you know.
Okay, so I guess they go by code names here.
Yeah, but we're just it's in bracket. When you say which one
like
you want to,
it's bracket. Like
you want to. You're talking in bracket when you say their name. We know that you're trying to reach a specific one by their code. If you want to make up, code red is D-Wayne's code red, like as in Mountain Dew. Code red, yeah.
Specifically, like obvious, like shotgun hottie or something.
Yeah. Retchus is Clank. Retch and Clank.
And he puts like a general message out in this system that just says, "Need help locating a Janet Weeks. Whoever has the time."
All right.
So that's the first thing. She just sends out a general interest, like, hey, whichever Nosferatu pal has the time to do it. She's not going to specifically pick on Dwayne in case he's too busy.
We do have a pile of Nosferatus.
Rent-tos, like you rent them, like you just rotate
friend.
And then the second thing she wants to do is check in on Kiara.
Sup, new ghoul?
Hey, ghoul friend.
Did she get the fucking curtains? That's the important thing, because the morning's gonna be real rough. Oh, but she got told earlier in the night. Like, did she? Oh shit! Do I have to go to the coterie house?
Yeah, but then you had to put the sock on the door and stuff, and like, and so she couldn't bring the curtains in.
Yeah, but did she acquire the curtains? And
you've already got like a text. Like, no, you already picked them out. Remember, like she sent you text images, and you picked the
I did.
The ones kind of like
but
mine,
if it just I wanna make sure everything's good. So if
you see a text message.
The house.
If you're texting, is how you talk to Kiara, or are you calling her?
No, text is fine if she's.
Yeah, so you'd see a text like, finally saw the sock was off the door, so I hung the new curtains.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Can't deal with the balcony right now. Got a guy coming tomorrow, though. Maybe lay low elsewhere. Because you have a exploded balcony. Remember? Well, no, it was. It wasn't a huge explosion because Michael rolled shit for the dice, so it was probably largely cosmetic. So it's more paint. Like, no, it would totally be structurally safe and everything like that. It's just like burnt and you need to repaint it. Oh, so yeah. The text message then says, "Hey, saw the sock was off the doorknob, so I hung the new curtains. Need new paint though for the balcony."
If you can make arrangements. Oh no, wait. Make arrangements for tomorrow. I'll stay elsewhere.
Okay. I got you.
And then I go to the apartment to pick some stuff up and then go to the coterie house.
Okay. Anyone else before we hang on? Anyone else have anything else they want to do for this evening? I know y'all are kind of beat up and stuff, so letting the day sleep come might be decent.
Yeah. Any response back from? I mean, I guess H would be the.
Well, you're picking the place and time. He said, tell me the place and time.
Wait. Wait. Nosferatu got in contact with H. Anything from PKJ?
Meet me at Elysium. Let me know and we can meet up at Elysium type thing. Like, when would you, or is this more off the books?
I would rather this be off the books.
When
you might want to call in the sheriff too.
Do you still frequent and and he uses some code word for the coterie house?
Yeah, I'm going there now.
Soon is how he signs off.
Oh fuck. Cool. All right, y'all. Yep. Okay. Yep.
What? You have a face.
The prince is coming to the house.
Fucking.
It's you. You have an understanding that soon does not mean this evening.
But still, nonetheless,
next few days when it is narratively appropriate, he'll just be in your coterie or be at your coterie house. Basically, is what's going to happen.
That's great.
That means. Annabelle.
Cool.
I'm so fucking tired. I don't want to think about that.
There was one other.
What do you need? And she's gonna point at Damon. What do you need to be safe from whatever you were running from?
I mean, I needed to talk to the prince anyway because there might be a werewolf in town. It wants to kill at least me.
Really?
I'm not going to ask questions. And then she's going to point.
I might be able to help you with that. But
I mean, I have contacts, but they're in Milwaukee.
Me too.
Depending on the situation. And what that's a tomorrow thing.
And then she's gonna point at Rory. What do you need?
As he nauseous on a hot dog and drinks from a smoothie.
Yeah. Exactly.
And before this thought is gone, we made the touching tips joke a little bit ago between you two. Mm-hmm. I just imagine this alternate timeline story. The way I could have told that is this Sistine Chapel painting of like Ashley
Oh
and
yeah, the
Rory,
finger.
like with the fingers, but then like Rory's got the Slurpee, you know, from the
Oh my
7-Eleven.
god.
Amazing.
And that's when you connected, like the sword blades like passed each other to murder the shadow monster, but
Now
like as the blades move past, we got the like graphic batch of the Sistine Chapel painting, and he's got the Slurpee, and that's when you knew his craving before him that you would be going to 7-Eleven tonight. All right.
I mean,
Souls touched.
I don't. A lot, probably. Mostly just a couple of days to fucking recover from tonight. Honestly,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
like,
no.
and a lot. I'm gonna be in the books a lot, I think.
He has a bunch of stuff at his house. Well,
Yeah. Hey, do you need help with that? Books can wait.
you don't want to go in that place.
It's not about me. It's about you. Do you need or want help dealing with this?
Technically, since he was Primogen and it's Primogency, a Primogen's house, it'd probably have to involve the sheriff and whatever fucking else. So I will have backup.
All right, let me phrase this in the most.
You
Do you need a
helped
friend?
me.
Do you still? I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.
You helped me. You got
I
me the
did.
fuck out of that hellhole.
Yeah.
We're good. Until I need you.
Okay.
All right. As your conversations wrap, as you travel, as the city blurs into, these sort of.
Sasha sneaking in, like not sneaking in, but like she goes into the house after everyone has kind of
Well,
split off because she
we're
forgot
still at the
that her
apartment.
apartment's blown up.
Partially blown up.
Like,
Look, it was great for
like, oh, fuck.
Shagpad, but to sleep there,
No, it's because there's going to be people there, like fixing the place during the day while she's sleeping, and it's weird.
Well, you could have staved it off for a different day. It's again mostly a paint job. But you still had to grab a few things. So when you go back to your apartment, whilst they're 7-Elevening and they're discussing stuff, you open your door and you step on something as you come in. Something thin, light. You kick it. And you're like, oh, piece of paper, pretty obviously, and quite classically, a folded up piece of like just basic ass typing paper or whatever. And we need to see each other. And then it's got a hyphen, and then it's got some pet name that you would recognize from a while back. Zoran.
She crumples up.
If I wasn't explicit about it.
No, she crumples up the paper and she throws it against a wall. Would I know where he intends to?
You know where like some of your old haunts were. You know where he used to like. You know where like one of his like. You know where his main haven was.
Okay.
Before his recruitment, you know where his like main haven was. After he chose the job, like I think we established you haven't seen him since.
Yeah, that was like
20 years ago.
3 decades ago. 30
years ago. Yeah, it was a while ago.
That was definitely pre-Rory. So I would like to do one last. I in response to this, there's a text message
I wanted to
goes
stop
out.
you before you got to the next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when she finds this, she's grabbing stuff to go back to the coterie house, and then she sends a text message to Kiara that says, "Hate to bother you this late. Are you up for a quick delivery run.
You have to keep in mind that she is bonded to you. It's
Oh,
only a
she's
level
work.
1,
Yeah,
right?
it's not even like. Yeah, it's the first step, right? She's not
Yeah,
like
she's not.
fully
Yeah, no, it's not 3,
there.
but she gets the text and she still is bonded. It's a fresh bond, so she wants to please her new master as a bond
Sure.
junkie or whatever. So she absolutely. What do you need? Anything you need, is what the text says back.
I need you to deliver something, and she will send the address to the old haven, the last known haven that she knew the address of.
Oh no, hell, she would be at the apartment when. No, she wouldn't be.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it
No,
depends, right? She works at
it
night.
depends on
She
the
does night
timing.
things,
Yeah,
and
yeah, she does night things at the nursing. So
this
like,
is
she'd say like, I get
this
off
is
at
like
like X Y. What do you need? Or you could theoretically drop it off at where she's working, and then she'd take it there after her shift type thing. So it's really okay. Cool. What do you need me to deliver?
So
Something
what?
from the apartment. Like.
Yeah. I have a box I need you to deliver to someone's place. And then so what she ends up delivering is or what she ends up preparing is a shoebox. It's like taped up and sealed, tied up. It's a shoebox full of like old letters that she's written but never sent because she never knew where to send them. And she tapes an envelope on top of this box with a note that says here are all things I wanted to say. I don't need to say them to your face. If you want to see me, come find me. I still live in the same place. And then she'll just sign it S.
Gotcha.
And then
No
she
pet name in
has
return.
Kiara.
No, I got you. That works great. That's perfect. All right.
And it's just a shoebox full of unsent letters.
And this is where the camera lingers on the shoebox of unsent letters that Kiara is going to pick up, at the end of her shift or whatever. And we see that letter just on the top, and we hear your motorcycle peeling out with your intent to head to the coterie house. And that is where we will call the session for the evening.
Woo!
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 That sounded like the woo you just let out, Shelly. Reminded me of the woo that when Bender's human, his woo. Woo! He's partying.
Oh my god, that was so intense.
Rory wants to sleep for a week.
I want to sleep for a week.
Sasha slides into the bed next to Rory as he's asleep and just whispers when she thinks he's fully passed out. She just says, "I love you." Just quietly whispers and then cuddles next to him.
Yeah, that's where we
Give
see
the
like
awareness check.
we see the we don't see the shoebox travel. We just see the shoebox like at a like a darkened doorstep type thing or whatever.
I use obfuscate. You can't see me. You can't hear me.
Yeah. What the awareness check is, the awareness check is to notice Ashley's soul also nuzzled in. No, I'm kidding.
No. Ashley is like literally in her room. Like, I think actually Ashley is just like in her room fiddling with the ring.
Staring like listlessly at it with the worst weird mixed emotions one's capable of, right? Like,
yeah.
I love Ashley's reaction of like,
Damon's
did you know about that to Damon?
Damon's like, holy shit, a bed.
Yeah. Damon's all
Well,
like,
the
"This
first
is
thing
a
that
nice
happened when
room."
we got home is like Rory beelined to like the blood fridge, grabbed like 10, threw them at Damon. You need this, and then grabbed a few for himself.
Rouse, heal one. Rouse, heal one. Rouse, heal one.
Yeah,
Drink, heal.
yeah.
That's why I like
become-
the
Damon
hunger
fucked
system
up.
over blood pools because it
Bro.
turned blood bags and humans into just mana. You know? Sorry,
bro bonding over like chugging down blood bags. They're just
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah, stud light because
Let me
it
tell
comes
you.
from like some like beautiful man, you know. Like,
Exactly. Like if you
Actually,
want
I
one,
like
I'll
it's
better than
the
a hot
best.
go
dog.
do a harness
Yeah.
at some
Actually
point.
gets the best.
yes, so you went with the Studweiser instead of the stud light. It's like some sexy,
Oh.
pristine,
The
you know, big.
champagne of blood.
Yeah,
Champagne.
They're all hot.
The
They're
champagne
all hot.
of blood.
yeah. All right,
They're
so
all hot.
we'll call it there for the evening. You get your pun XP. Got some boss fightan action in there, so I'll give you 4 XP for the evening.
Wait,
and,
did you mention the 2 XP that we got the other night?
From
Is
me
that
being
on top?
you can add that on top of it, so 6 total. That's my apology
Sweet.
XP from.
Apology
I already did
XP.
that.
All right.
For
So yeah, I do outros and stuff, but we're getting back into the swing of stuff. And Shelly has toughed it through Insomnia Bout. I've toughed it through an Insomnia Bout. So chat gang, we're just gonna head out. We'll see you next week. I had to fight.
Love you
I thought
guys.
I thought we were gonna have to call somebody there for a while to go check on her because she was looking rough.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I was just like,
yeah.
I look
But,
over there and she's doing like this.
I was just like,
But you'll see a facelift to like the graphics on the Twitch and the YouTubes, and I will have the cast information available at all times in the down there parts and stuff like that, so you'll be able to track, follow, and find everybody on the internet if you wish. So thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Yeah, peace.
yeah.